Okay. It says I'm on live. Oh my God. Hi, guys. Wait, why is it not popping up on my what's the name? Oh, never mind. Okay, I see it. Hey, y'all. Y'all, shit's finna get real. It's finna get messy. We're gonna wait till everybody gets in here. This is nice. Do y'all like the outcome? We got the top. I told y'all I was gonna do a cute bottom. We weren't gonna do too much. Ooh, they said, Mel, I miss you, boo. Ooh, thank you. Okay, so I'm gonna give y'all like 3-4 minutes to come on in, get everything settled on in. Oh, thank you. Y'all know I'm classy now. You know, I don't drink anymore. Thanks, y'all. I was supposed to have some teacups set up, but unfortunately didn't do it. Sorry, y'all. We will have the teacups in the next episode, and in the next episode we have a lot of more tea. Thanks. Okay, y'all, W100 views. We're gonna get started in about 2 to 3 more minutes. Just want to get everybody get comfortable, get y'all chips ready, y'all drinks, y'all juices ready. Yeah. Bro, what? Y'all is in the chat talking crazy. They talking about they feel his aura. What? Yes, this is going to go on YouTube after y'all. We're going to be putting clips on Instagram, clips on YouTube, clips on TikTok. All of the other tea that's going on, that's circulating on the internet right now, guys, we will be discussing that tomorrow. This is strictly podcasts, interview teas. So, I see you, Joe. Joe's not in here, guys. All right. So, what's up, y'all? I am your host, Chicago Hottie, and today we are going to be here with Jalen Melt, aka Melt. He was recently gained a lot of traction on the media because he was in a very tragic car accident this late November. After being involved in the serious accident, it was live streamed and it was put all over the internet. Some passengers were injured. The incident was caught on multiple camera angles and it showed the vehicle spinning out and crashing, which sparked a lot of widespread discussion. And we talked about streamer safety and platform responsibility. So today we have Mel here himself to answer a couple questions about that event and a lot of other events that happened. So let's give a round of applause to Melt. He's coming shortly, guys. We're gonna get an outfit once he comes over here. Ooh, they is going crazy. Oh my God, everyone. Okay, can you stand right here real quick so we get an outfit tour?
Hey, you can't really see though.
Yeah, they can see you. Kick your foot up. Let's see the sneaks. Okay, Perry, you can take a seat. How are you?
Gotta show them all.
Period.
Who got these right now? No, everybody got these right now.
So how are you feeling today?
I feel good.
This is kind of your debut back since being gone. How do you feel?
I feel good. You know.
How have you taken the time off?
I took the time back to reflect on me as a person. Just life and like where I see myself moving forward.
Okay.
Yeah.
Period.
Good little time off.
Okay, it sounds like you're maturing, you're growing. You kind of learned a little from the situation. We're going to get into some questions to see if he really did. Now, guys, to start off our segments, we're going to start off with a warm-up background series of questions. How does that sound?
It's fine.
All right, so here we're going to learn about your upbringing and childhood. It's going to help us ask open-ended, gentle questions that invite stories rather than just yes or no answers. So let's get started.
Okay.
Now, for the first question, we have, where did you grow up and what was it like growing up there?
I grew up in PG County, Maryland, and it was pretty easy, you know. Like I had you know, for the majority of my life, I was with my parents. I actually was born in DC, but like, you know, my parents were staying in a condo in Capitol Heights, you know, but eventually I moved and spent most of my life in PG County, Maryland, up Marlboro. And, you know, my parents stayed in a nice 5-bedroom home. You know what I'm saying? So like,
you've been was having shit.
Yeah, like my parents been having.
Okay.
You feel me?
So if your parents was having shit, but you was having shit too if your parents was having shit.
Yeah, but they ain't really get me nothing. You know, I wasn't a spoiled kid.
Okay.
You know, my parents really ain't grow up. Neither one of my parents grew up getting what they wanted. So just because they wanted a good household, a good head of, you know, a good shelter, a good, you know, roof over my head. But, you know, obviously they didn't want me to be a spoiled kid. They wanted me to be a kid that went out and got it on his own. That's why, you know what I'm saying? I am where I am today.
All right. So how would you describe your childhood in a few words?
I would say that my childhood was, how can I put it? I want to say that it was a very like boring childhood. I had a very boring childhood. Like I didn't. Were you
like a suburb kid? Or
yeah, like I didn't really have friends in my neighborhood. You know, I played sports. My dad was a coach and stuff like that. But like, you know,
good at the sports?
Yeah, I was alright. Like, you feel me? But I wasn't like the best. I was like in the middle.
Okay.
I've always been mid with like a lot of everything that I do.
Yeah.
If that makes sense. Like, I'm just like mid. But like, that's my problem is that like, even when I was growing up, like things that I do in my childhood, like I could never come in first for some reason. Like if I were to come in something, it would be second. You know what I'm saying?
Story of your life.
Yeah, so it's really just internal issues like with me instead of it being things that happen on the outside.
Okay. All right, so what was like your family dynamic like? Like I know you said you grew up in a 2-parent household, but were they loving to each other? Was it toxic or like
my parents been
was
married.
it a lot of cheating or no cheating? How was that?
Nah, a lot of the problems that my parents had I really was never aware of unless they was arguing right in front of me. And it would never be about like another dude or another woman, you know. So even if that is the case, my parents made sure that that wasn't an issue that they allowed me to realize. But not that I know of. I don't think my parents have cheated on each other. And my parents been together for like 17 years.
Wow.
So, yeah.
Okay, period. So who influenced you the most as a child and how did they influence you?
I would say I was very influenced by creators, like content creators, like since I was little, like since I started like because during the time of me transitioning, my dad was a real big influence on me, but that changed when I figured out basketball wasn't something that I wanted to do anymore, or that I really didn't necessarily care for. And then then I start looking at creators, you know, like.
So who are some creators that you look at?
DDG.
Okay.
It was literally just DDG though.
Okay.
Like, you know, I would watch other people like, you know, games, but I couldn't really get into video games because I could never be good at them. But I would watch Dashy. I would watch like people like Annoying, but I just could never get good at 2K. I didn't really like scary games, but a person that was living a lifestyle that I wanted to live was DDG. Like,
do you ever see yourself collabing with him now?
Yeah, probably, maybe. I don't know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So if you can go back and tell your younger self something, what would it be?
If I could tell my younger self something, stop feeling like you're trying your hardest. Because like, I feel as though I would tell myself that I'm trying my hardest, but I would never really push myself to my limits because I feel like somebody has to be there to tell you that you're not going as hard as you can because they've either been there or they can tell that you're not going as hard as you can. Cause like, for me, I feel like I'm doing my best. And a lot of times I'm not even touching the surface. Like, you know what I'm saying? So like, I think that's my biggest problem.
All right, period. So that wraps up the warm-up background questions. We're going to get into high school and college life. That's pretty self-explanatory.
Yeah.
So for the first question, how would you describe yourself during high school?
I would say that I was I went to 3 high schools, so like we only have 4 years in high school. So obviously I was jumping around. So I was a new kid like every year. You feel what I'm saying? So kind of like I wasn't able to create relationships or long-term relationships with anybody when it came to girls. Like people ask me like, why you never had a girlfriend? It's because like I really didn't have no stable spot. Like this is probably the most like independent I've ever been since I've been in Atlanta. This is probably the most freedom I've ever had in my life. So a lot of the things that I've, gotten used to or new experiences have come in the last 2 years.
So you don't think you had freedom in college?
I definitely had freedom in college, but COVID.
Oh, okay.
So like when
How old are you?
24.
Oh yeah, you're
Yeah, so COVID was a big thing like for like a couple of years, so that really changed the dynamic of just like how people even interacted with one another for a long time.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So like even that, like I be telling people like, yeah, COVID was a thing, and
I think COVID did affect a lot of people, even the younger kids. But I never really thought about the older kids. But now that you put it that way, it makes a lot of sense.
Yeah.
I got to college probably 2 years after COVID, so it was lit.
Exactly.
It was lit. Yeah. So okay, that was okay. Yeah. Did you enjoy high school overall?
Yeah, I did enjoy high school. Like, obviously, I love basketball. So like if I was on a team, I was more than excited to go to high school.
And why were you transferring so much?
Well, I got kicked out of my first school.
Why?
Because like basically in PG, and they do this everywhere else, but like it was more strict during that time because, kids couldn't just go anywhere. Like you had to go to your zone school. So like for me, I got my
location thing.
Yeah, like I had my address changed.
Oh, okay.
For me to go to that school because my parents really thought it was a good school. And I thought it was a good school. I liked that school. Like, I was playing basketball. They was playing me. Obviously I was a freshman, so I was playing JV. But they was actually like about to start really playing me a lot more my sophomore year. And like I was super excited to go to that school. And then I just went and like checked my portal before like 2 weeks before summer was over, and it switched all my classes to my zone school, like where I was actually staying at. So like I had to just tell all my friends that I had at Eleanor Roosevelt that I had to go to Wise. So like I ended up going to Wise High School. And then when I went to Wise, my parents hated that school because it was a really good school. You know what I'm saying? Not the teachers wise, not people wise, but the school itself. Like it was a brand new school. Like, people was like, it had a big old court, like a college court. It was like a big old college campus looking high school. You feel what I'm saying? So it was supposed to be a good situation, but the people there, they was always fighting. Where I was at, like if people really know about Prince George's County, especially high school, they understand it's still this way to this day. Like people have nice homes. They got nice upbringing, both parents. Even if they don't got both parents, they still grow up good, and they just choose to take on a different lifestyle based off of like the school.
What was the different demographic of people there? Like, was
just all black. Okay. Like majority all black. Like
black wealthy people or like
black wealthy people.
Okay,
yeah.
Okay.
Like Prince George's County is the richest black county in America. Okay, like literally. So it's like it's a lot of wealthy black kids over there.
Okay. So that was some good high school. What did you do right after graduating?
High school. I immediately start like transitioning to like college letters, scholarships. Like my mom, she was on that. Like since my parents, they decided they had come to agreement that they was gonna pay for my school. So like basically it was kind of like I was forced into a situation where like I had to succeed because my parents wasn't going for it. Like I would literally have to defy them to the utmost to not go to college. And I ended up obviously doing what they wanted me to do. But again, me being mid, I was a smart student, but I didn't really care for school. I just knew how to do school. So like I would have like a 3.0, 3.1, I would get like 2 C's and stuff like that. If I had a C, it was a big thing. So like, when your parents set a standard for you, for other household, a C might be cool as long as you passing, but
that's how it was for me.
Yeah, like my parents held me to a standard where a C is like below average. So I'm looking at it mid-wise because in their eyes, it wasn't good. You know what I'm saying? But to other people, it probably would be like above average, but like I would have a good grade. So I like right after high school, I immediately start transitioning to where I wanted to go to college, and then COVID came. So like obviously I had already decided based off of, you know, they make you take your SATs junior year of when I was going to school. So like I kind of was like on some time where I had a good ACT score, I had good grades, so I was able to get scholarships to pay for my entire freshman year of college. And so I ended up going to Morgan State because they gave me the most money.
Where's that?
Morgan State's in Baltimore.
Okay.
So like I was, for the most part, I was staying at home, and that's what sparked my streaming career because I didn't have nothing else to do.
Oh, so you were what's that called? Not traveling to school. It's a word for it.
Like my freshman year, I stayed in the house. It was an on-campus. Morgan State is an on-campus situation. Okay. It's a Division I school. It's like a pretty big school. It's a HBCU, and that's why I do HBCU.
Commuting. There's a word. Sorry.
Oh, like a commute.
Yeah, you weren't commuting.
No, I wasn't
stayed
commuting because Baltimore is like an hour and a half away from like PG County.
Okay.
It's still in Maryland, but it's still a drive. So I didn't want to go too far, but I didn't want to be close, if that makes sense, because like I didn't want my parents to be like coming to my college campus every other day, like, you need this. No, I just wanted to be independent. So
do you feel like your parents kind of sheltered you in a way?
Yeah. My parents were very, like, they sheltered me, but in a way that they still wanted to let me know that I have a freedom to do what I please. But again,
that's still kind of sheltering though.
Yeah, they didn't allow me to do that until I put my foot down.
Okay. Yeah, that's how it was with me.
Yeah, when I put my foot down, then my parents started to ease up. But when my parents felt like they was in total control, they was in total control. You know what I'm saying? Like who I'm with, when I'm with them, what are you doing, who are you, like, you know what I'm saying? So it's like, that's what happened.
But I think it was a little different for me because, like I said, by the time it was my time to go to college, everything was right back opened up. So I didn't even want to go to college. Like I was already popular and stuff, so I just ran over that. Like college to me in my head was freedom. Yeah, like, I was running to freedom. Yeah. Another thing I wanted to touch bases on. I know you said you weren't in school for that long, but like while you were you like a jock? Were you like a nerd? Did you sit alone at the lunch tables? So did you have like girlfriends? I know you said you weren't in a relationship, but like were you having relations with people? Did you ever try to run for homecoming king or queen, prom?
So no. When I went into college, with a mindset of independence, of like me actually being able to be on my own and like make my own decisions. So when I first got to college, I was wilding. I wasn't even worried about schoolwork. You know what I'm saying? Because I was always the person that was smart enough to figure it out at the end. You get what I'm saying? And I can say that because I don't plan on ever going back to school, but I was the type of person that would literally not do schoolwork because if you go to college, you know that college is the most lit in the beginning. College, when it comes to the end of the semester, is trash. Like everybody's focused on getting their work done. So I took full advantage of that, and I was also worried about streaming. So I took me having fun and like actually practicing. Okay, how can I be a creator? Like, how can I have fun while actually streaming as well? So like, if you know, you know. But I used to stream in college, like. And that's all I would do. I would wake up, I would stream long hours and go to sleep, wake up, stream.
And when you started streaming there, what were your streams about? Like, was it college life?
I would do what's called two-mans. Okay. Like, I would have a creator or another person that's trying to do content come into my dorm. You feel what I'm saying? And like, we would have two girls come over and like, I would just do a stream with them in this little ass room. It would be super little. I would do other streams too. I would play GTA RP. I would do E-dates. I was doing like Aiden Ross E-dates.
We're gonna get into that.
Yeah. So like, I was doing that.
All right, that kind of like sums that up. Okay, we're gonna go into career paths and experiences. Straight to it. Have you ever worked a 9-to-5?
Yeah.
Where'd you work?
I worked at Foot Locker.
Oh, okay, brilliant.
I worked at Chick-fil-A.
What? You worked at Chick-fil-A?
Yeah.
For how long?
I worked at Chick-fil-A for like a year.
Bro, what?
But that was before COVID. Okay. So like I said, I worked my last.
So Foot Locker and COVID was before COVID.
Yes. Okay. So then I worked also at a job. I worked at Flowers High School, which was like basically like it was a program. It was called SYEP. It's a youth program where like they assign you to a specific task and you get paid minimum wage. So like over the summer, that allows students to make money before they go back into their next year of high school. So I was doing that. And like, you know, but I worked my last job when COVID started. That's when I started working, and I never worked.
How old were you when you did that?
When COVID, I think.
That's when I stopped. I started working my last job. My last job was Akira. It's like a clothing store, and I quit my senior year. I can make more money doing content.
Yeah.
And I kind of popped off when I was like 15. So.
Yeah, I had never made a dime from content until I was like 20.
Damn.
Like 19.
How many years
20.
was that in?
Like a year and a half in. Like, okay, I started making money early off of content, but it wasn't off of streaming.
Okay.
It was off of e-dates.
Okay.
So I don't know if you have questions coming up about that.
Yeah, we're gonna get into that. So, I did see it said on the internet that you had a YouTube channel.
Yeah, I did.
You had a YouTube channel in 2017, and you published vlogs. Why did that end?
Okay, I stopped doing that because I found love with streaming. So at first, originally, I wanted to be a YouTuber because of DDG. Like I said, I seen DDG. He went to
Shout out DDG.
I think he went to not Eastern Michigan. He went to I forgot where he went to college, but it was something with an M. I think it was Central Michigan. He went to Central Michigan, right? Am I right? He went to Central Michigan? It doesn't matter. But he went to college, and he was living a lifestyle that I wanted to live because I really wanted. I'm a people person. I like talking to people. I like interacting with people, and that's when I started doing. That's why I'm an IRL streamer, because like I enjoy talking to people and using my environment for content. So I seen DDG would do that on his vlogs. So I literally went to college on some timing where it's like, I want to go to a big school. I want to go to a school where it's going to be hella people around. It's going to be my people around, because I love black people, you know what I'm saying? But again, that's what really sparked me doing YouTube and thinking that vlogs is going to work. And I never really got attention on vlogs. I never really got viewership to the, I would get like 1,000 views. And what was so crazy is like, people don't understand how significant that is. Being able to get 1,000 views with no subscribers, being able to get to a certain level where you're progressing with no cosign is an accomplishment. And that's what a lot of people confused. It's like they think they automatically got to get into the game and they're just going to have 1,000 followers off rip. Like, no, it takes time. Like, you got to really study the game to understand. Like,
I feel like it takes time. It takes consistency. It takes hunger. You really want it for real, for real. Yeah. Any advice to anybody who's trying to become a content creator? Don't be scared. Just do it. Whatever it is, even if you start off being a YouTuber like Mel, for example, and then you found your lane, which was streaming. You just sometimes have to start off. You don't know what's gonna be your thing. Yeah. Okay, period. So, is there any future career you want to have outside of streaming, or? Yeah, obviously I want to get started into owning properties. Clothing brands, and that's where I feel like that starts off. Clothing brands. Doing a clothing brand is actually something that I've been wanting to do. I just don't know where to start. And I've had some time to think. I've had some time to save up money. And a lot of people think streaming is the only way that you can make money, especially because I do it so much. But I do make money in other ways as well. You know what I'm saying? And I think increasing the sources of income makes you a businessman. I want to be a businessman. I look at that as a career. Like, you can be a businessman. There's people out here that invest money into places that you don't even know. It don't even got to be stocks. It don't got to be crypto. It could be things like investing into a YouTube channel and building an establishment, or building a business, or owning warehouses, or owning vending machines. Like, it's so many ways that you can make money as a business owner, as an entrepreneur, to increase wealth. Like, you know what I'm saying? So that's just what I'm on. Okay, period. Yeah. All right, so I feel like that was a pretty good warm-up. I feel like we learned a lot about you. I never thought you were like, I never thought you grew up in the hood or anything. Yeah. I always heard you had like a pretty good, stable life. Yeah. So we're gonna get into some stream lore. You live stream on platforms like Twitch and Kick, and you have garnered more than 130,000 fans on the platform. Congratulations to you for that. You're known for your crazy IRL segments, boxing matches, and a list of tragic events. And we will be getting into them today. Okay. Okay. They can't take nothing serious, bro. Like, all just side. They talking about fix this shit.
Not a list to try.
They talking about not. Marmar, who is that?
Bar.
Barb, who?
That's the one that you just laughing at they comment.
Oh, okay.
Me to help you?
No, I know about that.
Alright. No. I'm talking about I can help you fix it.
Oh, alright.
Look, cause what you have to do is, it's weird because I don't know why it really be toolkit. So you gotta kind of reset everything. So which one is the camera? Is it that one?
guys, I'm so sorry. We're having minor difficulties, and please forgive me. This is my first time here. This is my first time doing this, guys. We're just gonna say thank you to production and thank you to Melt for helping me out. Yay. Just know, guys, in the YouTube version of this, that will be cut out. All right, guys. Minor. Yes, minor. Small, tiny. Okay? All right. So we're going to hop right into it. Back right onto it. Stream lore, where we left off. Ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, like I said, last thing I said before we cut off. List of tragic events. Are you ready?
Okay.
So for the first one, we're going to talk about these Aiden Ross E-dates.
Okay.
I knew nothing about them. And then I heard you used to put on wigs and makeup.
Yeah.
Tell me about that. How did that?
So basically, you know, I didn't ever think that the world was going to go back to the way it used to be. I really truly thought because of COVID that we're going to step foot outside again. And if you remember COVID, you know that's how it was at a certain point, depending on where you're at.
Right.
And I thought the world was going to come to an end. So that being said, if a person tells you that you're finna win $10,000 if you somehow find a way to entertain, because what people don't know is, and I'm really putting you on game, if it ever comes a time where Aiden does these things again, because he's still rich, you know what I'm saying? But the main goal was to not get the girl. The main goal was to entertain the audience, right?
Okay.
So if you were liked by the audience, then you were gonna continue to come back. So I knew that my true self, my real self, wasn't really entertaining. And some people have those type of attributes. Some people look funny. Some people are just overly handsome. Some people, their entertainment is.
But you've always been medium.
I've always been
So you
mid.
had to,
so I had to do something that was over the top, which was wear wigs, put on dresses, be crazy.
Oh, so you wore the dress as well.
No, nobody was doing this. Nobody was doing what I was doing.
So
and
that was
again,
your way in.
And I looked at people like Martin Lawrence. I looked at people like Tyrone Biggums, Dave Chappelle.
Okay.
All of these people are stand-up comedy artists. And when you see Martin Lawrence, do you see Big Mama or do you see Martin Lawrence?
You see Martin Lawrence.
Okay. But Big Mama, he had a mask on.
Right.
He was shaking his ass.
You was shaking your ass.
I wasn't shaking my ass, but I'm giving you an example.
Did you want to shake your ass?
No.
Okay.
But I'm saying I was giving an example of people that are put on a roll for financial gain.
So were you getting money from these E-dates?
Yes.
How much?
I made over $25,000 doing E-dates.
Wow. What was your highest, like?
Well, it was a point in time where I was on a run. I had made $25,000 in a month. And I had, mind you.
So were you getting paid per E-date, or like if you got like a certain amount of like views or like?
No, so you have to win.
Okay.
So what people don't understand is in the midst of me putting on these dresses, going up against Casanet, Silky, all the biggest streamers you know now did E-dates. Did any of them put on stuff on their lips? Did any of them put on wigs? Did any of them put on dresses? No. But somehow I still made it to the end. I did all of this in the first round. What I would do is I would do it in the first round and then take it off in the second round. So they didn't even know who I was. They didn't know who they were even talking to. That was the entertainment of it all. Nobody was doing it the way I was doing it. Now, people can make fun of me, but again, I would ask that person to show me when they did any of the things that they did in their normal or regular lifestyle that made them over $10,000.
So did you ever like win an E-date or like?
Oh yeah,
you won.
That's when you win, you get 10 bands. If you don't win, you don't get money.
Oh, okay. So who were you in competition with, or?
Casanet and Ozzy Prom. It was one of them.
Okay.
Two of I was in. Me and Casanet. So I won two, and I split it with Kai.
Okay.
So like in one of the E-dates, I split the money with Kai, and it was because I was just speaking the fact that she picked Kai, and Kai had felt some type of way. He felt like I thought he was coming for me, or it was just a whole bunch of back and forth about why he should have won or why I should have won. I feel like I should have won just off the stream, but I feel like I gave a better answer, and everybody know I gave a better answer. You know, for the ones that know about it, it really was a long time ago. It doesn't mean nothing now.
How many years ago was this?
This is probably like 2.5 years ago, 3 years ago. Yeah.
Okay, so I'm seeing in the chat they're saying this is why he's blackballed now. Do you feel like...
No.
We're going to get into that.
Okay.
We're going to get into that. All right. Next question. That was really interesting. Okay, so were you ever in a content group or...
No. I thought I was.
Is that who
the content boys
are? Tell me about that.
So basically, that's what really turned me into being able to be an independent streamer and actually solidifying myself as a streamer. Because there are people that come and go. Streaming is not a job that you get into and you say, okay, this is my job. No, people have to make a living. Fortunately, I was in a situation where I wasn't paying for where I live. I wasn't paying for my car. I wasn't paying for car insurance. I didn't have things that made me have to go work. So I could put all my effort, especially during the summer, I could put all my effort into streaming. And that's what I tell people is that people end up having to pay bills and they end up having to do streaming for the money because of the simple fact that they have things that they have to pay for on the back end. Now, getting into the content boys, I started collabing with individuals that I seen doing something that I wanted to do. So E-Dates really allowed me to network with a lot of people. And I ended up finding myself in Discords, calls, and ultimately playing the game with certain individuals. So I started playing this game called 2K. You know what it is. Basketball game. I started playing 2K and I started collabing or even being in chords with individuals that already have an audience playing the game. So that being said, content started to make a transition when COVID started to die down. When COVID started to die down, people didn't want to be on Discord no more. Everybody wanted to be outside. So that's where the content was. So Twitch started to make a change. And this was before the whole TikTok thing. We was on it before everybody else. Me and a dude named Hey Caps, Nelson, even Justin, you know Justin Morrow's friend, Morrow, who else? Convy, like all these people, when we decide, well, not we, they decided that they were going to get a house in Jersey. Now, would I say that I was invited? No. But did I self-invite myself? Yes.
Oh, you self-invited yourself.
So I self-invited myself. I self-invited myself because my parents, they told me, if you're not going back to college, you have 6 months to get out our crib.
Okay. They didn't like the... I was going to ask you that.
My parents, they didn't believe in it. They didn't know what it was. They wanted me to get a college degree. And
I didn't ask, what was your major in college?
Screenwriting and animation.
Okay.
So like, I knew that I wanted to do something as it pertains to film or entertainment. I just didn't know what I wanted to be. And so I was figuring it out. And my parents didn't accept, okay, no degree, let's go figure this out through Twitch and streaming, because Twitch wasn't a thing. No girl, at the time that I started Twitch, you go ask your girlfriend, girl, go on Twitch real quick. She's not gonna know what that is. You didn't know what it was. I guarantee you didn't have the app on your phone. You feel what I'm saying? So like, I was doing Twitch when it was a very gaming based platform. It was just gaming. Like, people didn't really do IRL things because there was no way, there was no IRL phone. So we somehow found a way. People could, and what's crazy is if you had the app on your phone, you could stream on Twitch with the iPhone, but it wasn't, how can I put it? It wasn't a stable thing to do. It wasn't something that people actually put time and effort to work on, because if the phone turned off, the stream would turn off. Okay. So like, it wasn't like people, if you know, on Twitch, you're supposed to stream. It's not Instagram Live. You don't go in there to show face and get off. No, people on Twitch for hours at a time. You know what I'm saysaying? So back to the point where it came to the content boys.
So the 6 months your parents gave you to go.
Yeah, so I had to figure it out. So I had a summer.
So the house in Jersey was your move.
So they went and they got a house in Jersey. They Airbnb. So I drove down there with my rental car because my car had gotten stolen in Baltimore, and they had gave me a rental because of my insurance. So I took the rental car that they gave me. I drove all the way down to New Jersey by myself, which wasn't a far drive. It was like 3 hours, 4 hour drive. And I pulled up on them. They needed a car. So that's why it was even okay for me to come out there, because they were just going to use me for transportation. They had the house, they just didn't have no way of getting around. And in Jersey and New York, Ubers be like, and they're not the richest of people, but they're streaming to 1,000 people. Like, no TikTok, no promotion, no flyers. This is when Twitch was just solely off of engaging with a streamer, off of them doing something new. So they're doing this whole IRL thing. Hate Caps is the man at point in time. He just going crazy. Casanet flying him out. All the biggest creators is looking more into Hate Caps. They're looking more into Nelson. And, you know, I was just playing in the background, just watching, observing. And little did they know, I was there on some cool stuff. Like I was actually, I messed with their content. I'm looking up to them. I'm like, okay. But they ended up pushing me away. They started like treating me like, bro, you don't get no number. You don't get crazy viewers.
And how many viewers were you getting at that time?
I was probably averaging like 75.
Okay.
Like 75. Mind you, they're averaging like 300, 400. And when they would do some crazy stuff, they would jump up to 1,000. And this is no promotion. This is no TikTok, none of that. So like, I looked up to them. I'm like, yo, I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? And what I didn't know is, and again, this is also putting people in the game. People think, oh, if I do a Lil Baby collab, my streaming career gonna be up. If I do a rapper collab, if I do a artist or athlete, no. In order for you to create a fan base on Twitch, you have to tap in with other streamers. You know what I'm saying? Because what happens is there might be 10 people out of 5,000 people that mess with you, but that's 10 more people that you gain from a fan base. You feel what I'm saying? And that's what ended up happening with me. My energy, people started to mess with me, and they started to be like, okay, I actually enjoy Melt's content. And I didn't know that was what I was doing at the time. I didn't know that people were starting to mess with me from his stream, or people were starting to mess with me from Nelson's stream. But I started to create a fan base. I started to create a community. So I created a Discord. And from then, it was up after that. Like, people started to really mess with me. They started to see how they was treating me. Individuals in the group telling me, bro, go home, bro. Nobody wants you here. Like, and I had did nothing wrong to them. I was really just helping them out. Like, you know, just being a good person. But people could tell that they were just pushing me to the background. And ultimately, long story short, you know, I ended up parting ways from them because they posted on Twitter that they were creating a group, right? They had, I think it was like Snaggy Mo, Nelson, Hate Caps, and like a couple other people, and they ended up creating a content group. But guess who wasn't in the video but been with them the whole time? You. Me. So they went and dropped the video, them joining the org, them getting the house, going mansion. They dropped the trailer. This is before trailers was even a thing. They even dropping trailers on Twitter. They made me go watch that. Mind you, I'm not even with them at this time. Basically, this was a point in time where Aiden was starting the boxing match and stuff. So Annoying was allowing me to stay with him because he was going to get into Annoying TV. He's another streamer. He had a house called Hun Nation. He had a big old mansion in Miami. And shout out to Annoying. Because I didn't want to stay with them, the content boys, because of how they were treating me, Annoying let me stay with him. Because he was like, all right, well, we're going to train for boxing. Aiden's talking about he's finna start doing this boxing match stuff, but Aiden never ended up doing it. So eventually I had to go home. Annoying was like, bro, I ain't gonna lie. I got people coming over for Rolling Loud. Like, you know, I'll let you stay here. Mind you, he didn't charge me a dime. You feel me? And I ended up having to leave because he's like, bro, I got people coming over and they need this couch. Like, you know, I don't really even know you like that. He didn't even really know me like that. So I'm like, all right, I just gotta go. So what I did was I went home. I went back to Maryland. Okay. Yeah, I went back with my parents and I kind of saved up money. Initially I had COVID money. So I had unemployment check. They gave me money due to my job, but we're not gonna get into that. But I was able to save up amount of money, and I went and I spent all my money on a trip to Orlando. It was a girl named Pink Sakura. I bought a ticket. She let me come. She let me stay out there. And I promise you, when I got out there, I had sparked a stream addressing the scenario. This is the first time I had over 1,000 viewers. Well, no, I had 1,000 viewers like due to E-dates and stuff like that when I would win. Like everybody would come from Casanet stream, Aiden Raw stream. They would come and send me hate. Like, what the fuck, bro? You're weird as fuck. Like, you don't know. You know what I'm saying? Just communities that didn't want to see you win because they didn't really know who you are. And that's, you know, that's just how I used to be. So I was solely just having commenters off of hate when I would have 1,000 views. But this time, it was 1,000 views off of people that really wanted to know why they did me the way they did me when they dropped that video. Do you think that was your villain story? I don't think it was a villain story. I think it was just, it opened my eyes. Okay. When I went live, I really made a statement in my head. And this has literally put me in a position where I will never stop doing content ever as it pertains to streaming until I get to a point where I decide it's my time. You know what I'm saying? when I realized I could have 1,000 people, I realized it's because they actually care what I have to say. You know what I'm saying? When you can have 1,000 people in your stream at any given time for a long period of time or even a short period of time, that means you can do it for whenever you spark, you can have 1,000 people in your stream. And I took that and I ran with it. So when people care so much about what I had to say about them not involving me in a group, I realized I can be a streamer. And, you know, that's when I went home. I saved up some money. I was streaming on Kick. This is before Kick was even had KCIP. I'm grinding for subs. I'm only getting paid for subs. There was no, oh yeah, you get paid for the time you being on your chat activity. That KCIP wasn't a thing. I went up, saved up enough money for a ticket, and I ended up going to Orlando. And Orlando is where Pink Soccer is at. And that's when I start having like every stream I would have 2,000 viewers. Like just off rip. 3,000.
Did you do content with the girl?
Yeah, I did content with the girl. Like it was really just about, you know, because at the time she was like, she wasn't really a big creator. That's the thing. She wasn't like a big TikToker. She was just a streamer. And I had big streamers like K-San, bro, trust me, you can name them. Silky, Bruce Drop 'em Off. All of them was watching this. And I'm like, yo, this is crazy. Like, and it was even to a point where I started crying because I really didn't have an option. When I went back home, I'm thinking, all right, this is it. Like, and for me to be getting that much love at the time really showed me that like I could be a streamer and I could be big. So, you know, I started continuing to go. Then I got banned. I had got banned on Twitch for like 14 days.
Damn.
Pink Soccer came to me. She said, I ain't gonna lie. I got people coming. Like, basically, I'm couch hopping.
Damn.
You know what I'm saying? Basically, I'm couch hopping. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm really like going from crib to crib. Them not even knowing that like, you know, obviously I'm streaming and, you know, I'm seeing a lot more money, but I don't even know how to get an apartment. I don't know how to get a car.
Okay.
Like, you know what I'm saying? I was like 18, I was like 19, 20, coming up on 20. Like, this is when I was like, was I? Yeah, I was like 20 years old. And eventually she had came to me and told me like, since you banned, you might as well go home. Like, it was.
How long was you with her?
Not like that, but I was with her for like a long period of time. I was with her for like 2-3 weeks. Feel what I'm saying? She gave me my own room. She had a room. She had a house. She had a townhouse.
The 2-3 weeks, then you got banned?
Yeah, then I got banned.
Damn.
And I was like, I'm over here chilling. Like, I'm like, all right, I'm gonna stay here like, she not living in the crib, so I'm basically just like squatting. Basically, you know, I'm just here, just like vibing. I got my own room. You know, obviously I'm paying for my own food and stuff like that. You know, I'm not having her take care of me, but I was staying there. You feel me? So, after that time, it was time for me to move on. So I had went back home again.
And your parents just like, he back home again, like.
Well, no, they wanted me to be back home. My parents
home?
wanted to be in control. Like I said,
you did say
they wanted me to go to college. My mom is hitting me up. So when you gonna do your classes?
So when you
like,
going back home?
When, like, no, not when you gonna get getting your classes. Like I had no plans. I didn't even tell them this. I had no plans of reassigning for my classes. The semester before I had failed all my classes. Literally, I knew I wasn't going back, but I wasn't gonna tell my mom that because I didn't want them to kick me out immediately. I didn't want them to be like, I'm like in fear of them telling me pack my bags that you get up because they're paying for my school. Yeah. Feel me? So boom.
So how did they feel when you finally broke it to them? Like, I'm not going back. Like,
all right, so I'm gonna tell you. So eventually I'm in a Discord and I'm talking to individuals that are like independent. That's when we get to Rich Day. Do you know who Rich Day is?
We're gonna get into that. So actually save that.
Okay.
We're gonna get into that. All right, so you moved to Atlanta to begin the IRL streams, and you kind of explained how you got into doing IRL, so we're not gonna ask that. Yeah. But when you got to Atlanta, how was Atlanta for you?
So it was fun. When I got here, I was questioning. And this is also shout out to Zay because I didn't even play that. That gay shit, I didn't even play it. It's not to say that you
talking about Rich Zay?
Yeah, I'm talking about Rich Zay. It's not that I didn't like gay people. I just wasn't used to being around them. So this is when my back is really against the wall. Mind you, I don't really know, bro. I never really met him, but I knew that he was a good person. But that could just be over Discord. You never crossed that barrier with somebody that you've never linked before, but I was taking the risk. This is the point in time I was just taking risk after risk after risk after risk. Even Pink Soccer, even Pink Soccer could have been a weirdo. I don't know, but I took a risk because, again, I was in my prayer. I was praying like, God, just give me an answer. Like, I don't want to go back to college. I want to be a creator. Can you just help me? And he was just linking me with the right people. So when I came out here, I was packed my bags and I was doing streams at Rich Day House. Now, Zay could have been a guy that just wanted me to be out there because he liked the way I look and didn't want to tell me. When I got out there, Zay was super cool. He was just like, you can sleep on the couch. Like, you can do streams in this room. Mind you, this is a 1-bedroom house. It's a studio apartment.
Damn.
Feel me? And I live in a 1-bedroom right now, so I understand how it is, like, having somebody invade your space when you don't have 2 bedrooms. So I'm sleeping on his couch. Like, you know, he just...
1 bathroom.
Bro,
like,
he paying for groceries. He not... Like, he getting me food, all type of stuff, just treating me crazy, like, just, like, embracing me, and I don't even know, bruh. I'm doing streams, I'm averaging, like, 1,000 at the time, which is good, so I'm building up a capital, like, I'm building up money to end up going and paying for, getting an apartment, but I just needed a little bit more time. Now, at the time, remember I told you about my car? $7,000. The insurance company gave me 7 bands for that car, right? So that was what I was going to use to pay for my next apartment, down payment, whatever, furniture, whatever. That was going to give me somewhere to stay. My mom gave me a call. Mind you, I have no plans on going back home. I'm not even finna tell them this. I'm finna just do it. Like, so insurance wrote me a check, cashed it. My parents, they called me. They're like, yo, I'm not gonna lie, like, I called them and told them I don't plan on going back to school. I just broke it to her. I'm like, Mom, I'm finna get this apartment. Like, you feel me? Oh, she like, oh yeah?
Ooh.
Cool. Like, you can do that, but we gonna take that $7,000 for the classes that I failed.
Ooh. Cause they was paying for it.
They was paying for it. So I'm like, Mom, like, this is $7,000 I need. But I'm gonna pay you back. Feel me? I need this. They was like, nah, we gonna take it right here. We got it right here. Why don't we just take it? Then you do whatever. I'm like, Ma, no, I'm not gonna have nothing. Like, I'm not gonna be able to move into an apartment. Boom. They like, nah, we're taking that. Hung up the phone. I was resenting my parents for a long time. Like, I ain't even want nothing to do with my parents. I'm like, they don't believe in me. They just want to take everything from me and just have, like, kind of like reel me back in to the point where I gotta go back to college. But I said, you know what? I'm not gonna do that. So it got to a point where the couch hopping for Zay time was up. Like,
damn,
it's not,
like, we're just up
like, bro, my time, like, but mind you, these people let me stay with them for like a month. Like, you get what I'm saying? Like, it's not even like these people is like kicking me out after 4 or 5 days. So that's why I said, people, you need people. Like, you need
yeah,
people.
we're gonna get into that.
You know what I'm saying?
We're gonna get into
so again, you know,
so shout out to Zay.
yeah, shout out to Zay.
Then
I go to the club.
Okay.
It's one night, I'm streaming, IRL, I think I had like 300 people in my stream. I encountered Richard.
Oh, actually, we're going to get into who Richard is too in the next question.
Okay.
So actually, let's just ask that one.
Okay.
Who is Richard to you?
Richard like a big brother to me. Like,
okay.
Richard really what allowed me to get my feet on the ground. Because he really took a chance on me that nobody else should have had to do.
Yeah, shout out Richard. I actually met him when we went to Tokyo.
Yeah.
He was pretty cool.
Yeah, like Richard is the reason why I'm here and I'm in this position right now. And I don't take none of that away from him because immediately, Richard, soon as he see me in the club, bro, you trying to go see my Hellcat? Bro, drive around with me, bro. He entertaining my chat. He had a crazy, nice, loud, super loud Hellcat. Everybody know Richard for his Hellcat at that time. You know what I'm saying? And Richard's like, bro, like Zay's like, bro, you gotta go. Like, well, not kicking me out, but he's basically saying, like, what you gonna do?
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? Richard, can I come stay with you, bro? Like, bro, I'm trying to figure it out. He had an apartment. He had a high rise, but what did he have? A 1-bedroom.
Damn.
So I'm just sleeping on his couch again. I'm waking up. Richard giving me clothes. Like, I ran out of clothes. He got his own clothing brand. I'm wearing his clothing brand. Like, I'm just, like, you could even tell. If you go back and watch my past streams, I was fucked up. Like, I didn't have it. Like, I didn't have nothing. And I was constantly having to, like, pay for other stuff. You get what I'm saying? So I didn't really have it. So, boom. Richard giving me clothes. He giving me hats. He introducing me to streamers. But one thing about Richard, and I'll tell him this, he kind of got me into, like, being around, like, not people that were, like, had PR. So that's when I started doing streams with, like, porn stars. Because,
we're gonna get into that.
Because Richard knew porn stars. Richard knew people that did exotic content. But these was people that they knew. So again, that's when I start picking up back on content.
Okay.
Like I'm doing streams with like, I'm not gonna name their names, but like I'm doing streams with people that really do some crazy stuff. You know what I'm saying? And Richard knows people that make money. Richard knows people outside, but in terms of entertainment, that's what I was kind of around, you know. And it kind of introduced me to a new way of life. Like I'm just like, yo, this is a person that I was like seeing on Twitter, and like I'm watching this like on like crazy websites, and they're like, I'm actually encountering them in person, and they actually mess with me. Like they see in the stream, they like, oh, what is this? What is all these people? And they like messing with me, yo, come here, like. And so it was kind of like, damn, like I'm just around these people. But Richard ended up being like, you know what? I'm finna get a house.
Okay.
So he went, got a house in Lawrenceville, kind of far out, and it was a 5-bedroom. So I'm going into a situation. I got my own room. You know, I got my own little situation. I didn't tell my parents, go ahead, ship everything out. I'm moving out. You know, and it was such an amazing time for me because I really was like getting kickstarted on, you know, just like life, like being an adult, like, you know, actually starting a life where I have my parents is not involved. Like, you know what I'm saying? So shout out to Richard. But
Shout out to Richard.
That's what ended up happening with Richard. Then we just ended up becoming real close friends.
So then did you just save up money to where you were able to get your own apartment after Richard?
We was in a situation where we was paying $1,000 a month.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? And $1,000 a month was good. And when I saved up well, actually, I had my dad and my mom have been building my credit since I was like born. You know what I'm saying? And I didn't know that. So my parents kind of grew up on buy a car cash. Like, you don't need to be doing that car note. Don't. And which they're right on. I'm not going to lie. Like, having a car note and having bills add up takes away from what you make at the end of the month. You know what I'm saying? Because of the simple fact that, like, obviously you have to pay your bills. So you know, certain money, you know, you're not getting back that month. So like, they're right when it comes to that. But when I realized, I went to the Infiniti dealership, they said, do you want to walk out with a car today? I said, what? I could walk out with a car today?
What?
They told me I ain't have to put no down payment down.
What?
They said, here, take the keys. You got a brand new Infiniti.
W parents.
Yeah.
Do
like,
you want to know something?
What?
When I bought my first car when I was like, I think I was 19 at the time. Yeah, I was 19. I went there. I had saved up probably like $6,000. At the time, I didn't know I didn't have to put that much money down for down payment or whatever. The car dealership people looked at me, my parents, and they were like, "Is anybody gonna co-sign for her today?" And they looked at me, and they looked at the lady, and I was just like,
yeah, nah.
Damn.
Yeah.
So I shout out to my mom.
Yeah.
You feel me?
Yeah.
But I wish I could have had somebody help me.
Yeah, like, and that's what I see, like, with a lot of people, man. People just don't, like, appreciate when they're in a situation. I was just unappreciative because I wasn't aware. So I don't really judge. Like, if I'm being honest, I feel as though that's what I was going to get into as well. It's just, like, being judgmental. Like, a lot of times I'm put in a position where I hear, like, my parents, they watch. Like, you know what I'm saying? And a lot of people that I literally love, like family, calling me, talking about why I see this person talking crazy about you. And it puts a battery in my back to just go and judge that individual back. You know what I'm saying? And like for me, again, I was on a run where I was trying not to respond. You know, I went through a lot of things with an individual that taught me a lesson about being filtered. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was an individual that I was messing with, and like they really taught me like you don't have to respond back over the internet. If you feel some type of way, that can be, you know, responded back to off the internet. I just kind of felt like my character was being played with, and I didn't understand PR at the time. I didn't understand, like, okay, even if you feel this way and it's justified, no matter what, that you still don't have to say it on the internet. I felt like because it was happening on the internet, I had to respond on the internet. The way I was getting done on the internet, I felt like I had to justify my action or how I felt on the internet, and it wasn't right. You know what I'm saying? So, yeah, I definitely feel like when it comes to just like, you know, everything, like comes to how I respond, how I talk about people, like I don't know. I be feeling differently in different periods of time in my life.
Okay. So, besides Richard, when you came to Atlanta, do you feel like you had any real friends while you were doing this content thing besides Richard? Were there any other people who you felt like,
No.
this my dog for real?
Nah, I mean, honestly, the only person that I really got into a situation with because I enjoy his content was Morrow. Literally. Like, I'm even talking to him because he was cool with Chibu. And I had met Morrow with Chibu in Miami. I had went to Miami spring break. And like, you know, obviously Chibu wasn't in a position. Chibu didn't have the boxing yet. Like, he wasn't living on his own yet. Chibu was still in Jersey trying to find his way on streaming. And like, I didn't reach out to Chibu because I felt like Chibu wasn't really ready to be independent yet. You know, Chibu had a lot to maturing to do, and he was young at the time. And I just was like, I love Chibu, like I mess with Chibu, but he just not in the right position. And you know, for certain people, like they might not be ready to move. So I had hit Morrow up. I'm like, bro, Morrow, like move to Atlanta, bro. Like he like, bro, bet. Like, feel what I'm saying? I'm finna move down there because the content boys had fell apart. Not luckily, ironically, they created a group and they didn't last for over 6 months. They were just there being lazy. They wasn't making content, and I was driven, and I was working every day, you know. And I felt I was hurt. I was hurt that even when they first started, like it was successful. They had a house. They had somewhere to stay. I didn't have that, you know, and I'm over here fighting for my life. Little do they know, because they didn't want to do me right. But I feel like it built me to be a stronger creator. You know, I feel like certain things that happen in your life, they happen for a reason to make you stronger. And, you know, them people still come back to me today apologizing for what they did because they know they was wrong. I didn't deserve that because they see, but a lot of that, they might not even be genuine apologies. I feel as though if I was to be the person that they thought I was and went back and started working a job, they wouldn't give a fuck. They wouldn't be calling me apologizing. They came to me apologizing because of what I become. You know what I'm saying? Like, people will literally only come back to you and apologize because you showed them what you had been warning them about before.
So, that's crazy. That's actually crazy.
Yeah.
You put it that way. I never really thought about it like that.
People are not gonna come to you because they feel bad for what they did. They come to you because now you can do something for them. You feel what I'm saying? Now because they crumble and they fall to the floor, damn, he really kept it going and he where I want to be. Feel what I'm saying? So now let me extend my hand and apologize. You get what I'm saying?
Try to see if you can
so
get that,
it's not that I don't accept it. It's not that I don't accept the apology because I accepted all of their apologies. But do I move different now that they somehow want to apologize to me now? No, I forgive, but I don't forget. You know what I'm saying? So I let them do them. I said, y'all go ahead, do y'all thing. Now I done grinded to the point where I'm in a stable position. I got a crib now. You feel what I'm saying? But I didn't stun on them. At never point, you can ask my community, at never point did I flex on them about my situation. It was already doing enough flexing for itself on its own because it was eating them up inside the fact that dang, Melt getting a car, dang, Melt getting a crib, dang. You feel me? It's like all of these things was doing the talking for me. Like I didn't have to flex on them because I didn't feel like it would already been overkill. So like I'm just like, you know what? I'm gonna just keep doing me and remain humble in what I do because, like I said, like even how you say, like people's situation can change, you know, and you know that kind of goes into some other points that I'm gonna talk about later. But like obviously, like you know, I didn't really have no friends. I didn't need no friends. You know, like I was just out here doing whatever by myself, going to different clubs, like walking around. I didn't care about being in a section. I didn't care about having a section. I didn't care about having the flashiest clothes. I'm going in there with the same clothes that Richard gave me. Like I didn't care about chains, watches, none of that. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like that was a very good time in my life. I really loved that point in time where I just didn't care. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just was doing it just for the love of it, you know what I'm saying? But I feel like now it's very political. Like, since it's just getting oversaturated, like you kind of have to do certain things to keep up with the next man or keep up with your community on what they want to see. Because like, you don't want to continue doing the same content that you've been doing for over a year. Eventually it's time to adapt and grow. And I think that's the point and stage I am now. Like, you know, so yeah.
So what does content elevation look like for MeltIsLIVE?
You know, I feel as though for a very point in time, I started, people don't know this. I studied Fusi. I studied a lot of other people because when it came to studying, when I studied Fusi, when I studied Ice Poseidon, people don't even know that these were kit creators, but they found out a way to use a Samsung Galaxy to stream. I was probably one of the first Black creators when it comes to Zay, when it comes to all the people like Hey Caps, when it comes to all the people that were doing IRL content, Silky, all these people that were using the phone, they didn't know how to even start. They didn't know how to make things happen. Like they didn't know how to upload, what apps to use, how to get on streaming on the Samsung. I taught them all of that.
And you studied like what? Like,
so I studied Fousey. It even boiled down to the point where I'm going to his streams and pausing it to see what phone he got.
Damn.
I'm pausing it when he, mind you, he had the phone like this for a point in time, so I couldn't even figure it out. I paused it when he went in the bathroom and looked in the mirror.
Damn.
And I looked at what phone he had. And I went to the phone store and figured out it was a Samsung Galaxy S23.
Period.
Literally. So like, when you really care about your craft, you have to be original. You can't do what everybody wants to do. And honestly, I found out a way to do it in my own switched around way. When it came to college content, when it came to doing IRL content, I ended up taking on another form of streaming through DDG. DDG inspired me to be interactive with crowds of people and like knowing that I could be entertaining with walking around with a phone, just like he walked around with a camera. But I did it in a way that I could be interactive with a chat.
So how would that elevation look now?
So
like when you come back, like what is something that the viewers could say? Like,
well now I think collaboration is a big part of. I think collaboration is a big part of like just being a bigger creator. Now, like I think it's super important. I think also traveling. Now that I don't have a car, it's not doing car content. Now I have to move on to just actually being creative and like going places, going out the country, collabing with other individuals, doing shows and working on production. That's what people care about now. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Sounds good. So, I know we brought up a Rich Zay, but there's another Zay I did some research on. I think
Zay on YouTube?
Ex-boyfriend or something.
Yeah.
How did you guys' friendship end? Or
okay, so basically
the story behind that.
Me and Zay, when I went to her nation crib, which is where I was staying, right?
Zay on YouTube is who we're talking
exactly.
about. Okay.
So I'm gonna put you on. So that house that I had told you I was staying at outside of the Content Boys, right? When they had told me like Annoying was basically saying, yo, come stay with me, come train, he gave me a place to stay. Guess who's in that house? Zay on YouTube, Silky, you know who Silky is? The dude that's in phase, this dude named Jew, and X Season. So it was like 5 people in Swaz. It was like 6 people staying in that house. And I ended up getting cool with all of them. You know what I'm saying? So Zay was one of them. And eventually Zay decided, you know what? I'm going to move. I don't want to be here no more. So he moved to Houston. But Zay wanted to do IRL content because he had peeped. That's what started to become popular. Now Zay, he got a scat pack. He moving to Houston. He getting his high rise. He wants to start IRL streaming. So he comes to me and he says, bro, like, help me set up the phone. So I helped him set up the phone. Silky ended up staying, right? But Silky wanted to start doing IRLs too. So I helped them too as well. Feel what I'm saying? So basically Zay's like, let's collab. So he came out to Atlanta. You know, he was staying with me for a point in time and we just got closer. But it got to a point where like Zay was very young. Like Zay's still young. Like Zay's like, I think he's like 21 now, 22. But at the time he was like 18, 19 years old. And, you know, that's why I kind of feel like certain people do certain things because they don't go through certain things to teach them that what they're doing is wrong. So he started beefing with somebody that was a mod in my chat. A mod in my chat was basically saying, I'm in Atlanta, what you want to do? And Zay's mindset was, bro, let me go get my gun. Me and him gonna shoot it out. And I'm telling him, bro, nah, bro, we not finna do that. Like, he thought and me offered me saying that instead of being on that with him, like, yo, pull up, what we gonna do? We gonna shoot it out. He thought I was being two-sided. He thought I was being two-faced at the time. But that was an immature thought. Me and him cool now. You know what I'm saying? But at that time, he didn't realize, you know, basically what he was doing wasn't really right. Cause it's like, bro, come on, gang. So we kind of had started like having disagreements. Then we started kind of having like this little beef era. Like when we see each other, it's on that. The communities was making, competition out of things. Zay has a very strong community and I have a strong community as well. So we was just going hand in hand. We both averaging around similar numbers. So they kind of made it like a beef situation, just gassing our heads when it was really over nothing to begin with.
Okay.
And
I did hear, because I know Nene used to date him, right? Or they had something going on.
Yeah.
But I do know that you also were with Nene.
No, Nene was just like, this is the thing. He dated her, but again, it was because he was young. You could imagine coming up to a 17-year-old and the woman that's approaching him is a girl with a BBL, big titties, nice body, and just kind of like, I'm going to be honest, grooming him. Feel me? It's just the honest truth. Any 17-year-old is going to be like, oh, yeah, that's my shorty. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, come on, bruh. You feel me? So he's thinking like, oh, yeah, like, feel me? And I'm not to speak on if he actually loved her. I'm talking about initially. Because she was like, I don't know how old she was, but she was older, and she was grown. And again, I just felt like it was more of it really stemmed off of GTA. They started messing with each other because of a video game. So he's GTA or RPing as a grown man. She's a grown woman. I guess they take it OOC, they take it off the game. They start texting each other, then they start linking each other, then it leads into a relationship. You know what I'm saying? So that's what really happened. Like, it wasn't really stemmed off of them meeting each other in person, like he meeting at a club. No, he used to be a gamer. Like, he used to be.
So when did you decide that you were gonna link with Nene? So
Nene had been hitting me up, and I think I had met her. I don't really even know. I just felt like it was just flirtatious. But at the time, we were both grown. So I just I didn't think she looked bad, and I didn't really I don't really hold people's past against them. I had known what she did was wrong, but I'm a whole different situation. And again, I wasn't really trying to take Nene serious. I was just trying to crank her. You feel me? I never really had no next level, like, Nene's my girl. Like, no, Nene was just around, just cranking her. Like, you feel what I'm saying?
Okay, period.
Yeah.
That was the stream lore.
Yeah.
Okay, I think that was pretty good. Chat, what do y'all think? I think those are pretty good answers. He pissed in her mouth. You kissed her. ZG up 1 mil.
Okay.
What are they talking about?
Okay, Zay just peed in her mouth. That's it. But this is the thing, though. When it comes to kinks and stuff, I don't know how that makes it to the internet, but it did. But for me, I done seen a lot of people do a lot more crazy stuff. Okay. And so when it's
so
just.
the piss didn't draw the line for you. It was just like, whatever. Like,
it's like, bro, if we really being honest, and I'm not even speaking about me. I'm just speaking about the world that we live in general. Right. It's a lot of crazy things that people do. That if it wasn't on the internet, it's normalized. You get what I'm saying? Like, I get what you're saying. People talk about eating ass, right?
Yeah, situations won't be that bad in real life, but once it's on the internet, and it's
then it's exaggerated because they feel like it's an unpopular opinion. Because they do that to me all the time. Yeah. All
right, bet. So that sums up stream lore. Now we are gonna hop into Off the Record. This is one of my favorite segments. Welcome to Off the Record, the segment where the tea is hot, the stories are unofficial, from rumored fallouts to whispered drama. This is where we break down what is being said, what's being speculated, and why everyone's paying attention. Okay. Are you ready? Mm-hmm. So for the first Off the Record question, do you feel like you were at fault for the car crash?
No, I know I wasn't at fault for the car crash.
Okay, talk to me about that. Why don't you think you were at fault?
It's not that I think. When a police report is dropped and says you're not at fault, I'm not at fault.
Okay, period. So we going through the police.
No, I knew that I wasn't at fault when I got out the car. Okay. Because I know how to drive my car. Right. You get what I'm saying? Okay. I can't speak for everybody else. Okay. But if I'm being honest, I know how I was driving. I've done it all the time. Mm-hmm. I have a car that is literally made for what I'm doing. Okay. You know what I'm saying? Like, it's not like I'm driving a Civic and then my tire blow out. Mm-hmm. No, I'm driving a $80,000 car that I know can go at high speeds and maintain its lane. Mm-hmm. You feel what I'm saying? So for me, I'm just driving at accelerated speed, like I said, and I was pit maneuvered, literally. Like a cop was on a chase and they caught up to me and I was pit maneuvered.
Okay.
That's what happened.
Okay. How do you feel about any of the injuries that happened from the car crash?
I honestly, this is how I'll speak on it. This is what I'll say, because I've said this before. I am just so glad, and this is what really made me get closer to God and really tap back in with my faith, because the fact that all of us were able to even get out the car in one piece is nothing but God.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I have seen the initial impact. I've seen dash cam footage of how it looked, and it looked like somebody should have passed away.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? It looked like a car should have flipped over, but God kept us grounded. And the fact that everybody is in one piece, and, you know, obviously there are minor injuries, the fact that nobody is permanently even hurt for the rest of their life, aside from Mari, prayers for Mari. But even him is expected to make a full recovery. You know what I'm saying? It's a blessing, you know? So that's what I can say pertaining to injuries. I'm just blessed, and I'm not going to say, like, I know girls was coming out.
Yeah, highly anointed, honestly, because
like,
the way that crash looked like.
Even girls was coming out saying, like, if Melt didn't whip the car the way he would have whipped it, then we would probably be dead. Yeah. And no. If God really...
Yeah, because I seen that
even
clip,
like,
and I was thinking the same thing. Like, babe, it was God.
Like, no. And again, I did adjust my car to the point where it gave us some grace. Okay. But the impact was still... Yeah. Still major. Like, it wasn't like I stopped the car from hitting the wall and I got a scratch.
How did it feel waking up, seeing you on TMZ, seeing you on the Shade Room? You were on the news, like, you were everywhere. I'm pretty sure your phone was blowing up. Like, how was that?
You know, honestly, I didn't really care because I lost.
Like, you look yourself up on Google, it's the car crash.
Nah, facts. And honestly, I didn't really care because I lost my car. Right. I didn't care about the media because, again, it was not even putting money in my pockets. It was just coverage based off of the fact that somebody can say somebody major. I didn't like the way that they were. Listen, but this is the thing, how they treat me as a creator, period. For some reason, I receive a lot of negativity in places that I shouldn't receive it. You get what I'm saying? It wasn't a lot of people saying, well, I'm glad that they all made it alive. I'm glad that Melt, you know, instead of initially looking at the facts, people just jump out there and jump to conclusions. It was people even saying that I was the one switching lanes. It was people saying, like, you know what I'm saying? So obviously, I just completely shut down my phone, got off TikTok. Whenever situations, and I review the situation, I look at the comments initially and I know what path is going down, I completely shut off all access to internet. I don't go on YouTube. I don't go on TikTok because it just has me thinking it. And again, when you see comments like negativity, your mind is gonna start believing it. If you keep reading it, you're gonna start believing it. You're gonna feel like you're gonna overthink. And so when you shut it down and you're just here with yourself, and not even just here with yourself, when you're answering to God, that's the only feedback that you need. You don't need feedback from the internet because the internet is looking to bring you down. You know, a lot of these people that are making comments, they don't even have a car. Some of them don't even have a car, but they're making assumptions on how the accident went down. Doesn't make sense. You know, you're dealing with people that don't even shouldn't even have an opinion. They have a lack of evidence and they're putting together a whole narrative for their own gain. You gotta understand, people are paid to have an opinion. You are paid to have an opinion. So a lot of things that you might speak on, you might not know the entire background, but you got to see where it's coming from. And that's where it really starts to, and I was reading scripture about money is the root of all evil. A lot of people do things for money, you know, not even to take away from you. I'm just simply saying that even people that make assumptions about somebody else's lifestyle, not knowing what's really going on, they do it because people pay attention to their opinion, which lead people to their page because it's the hottest thing. And now it takes you down a route of actually taking somebody else's mental health or attempting to actually, because you don't know what you're doing to people when you make certain opinions. Feel me? And so you have to be mentally strong. You have to be within and you have to answer to God. That's the only person that I receive feedback from now is God, because he's the only person that has a valid opinion on what I should do next.
Amen to that. Okay, so kind of still touch bases a little bit on the car situation. Are you and Jay Sean still friends? Like, where do y'all stand after that?
I would just simply say that, like, I would say that me and him not on good standings. Not to say that, like,
have y'all talked since then?
yeah, we talked about like the legal things and stuff like that, obviously. But like aside from that, we haven't really talked about nothing else. And I'm gonna tell you why. You know, well, I'm not gonna get into it too much, but I feel as though, especially, I checked on everybody. You get what I'm saying? And I think, you know, obviously when a person is so into defending their image and worried about themselves, they think less about everybody else. Mari has to get blood transfusions. He had to receive blood. It wasn't just a broken leg and we put you back together. He has to learn how to walk again. He has to take blood thinning pills. So if that is something that I caused, that person is in my car, even if it wasn't my fault, I'm going to check on that person every other day. And I can't respect somebody that doesn't reach out to a person and really rectify the situation knowing you're at fault. I cannot respect that. You know what I'm saying? We've had several discussions about being your homie or how we should treat one another. And that really gets me into also me adapting and becoming a new creator. Like, I cannot be the same person no more, because that is why you remain stuck. I have to be accountable as to what type of people I allow into my energy, what type of people I allow into my circle. And that is the reason why I'm in a space where it's time for me to level up, because I'm not going to be doing this for 3 more years. It's time for me to change it up. It's time for me to switch it up and continue to level up. Like,
period.
Yeah.
We love the accountability.
Yeah.
Double accountability.
Yeah.
All right. So it has been rumored that you like to get with girls that your friends have had dealings with. So is this why you chose to talk to Tam?
Huh?
It has been rumored that you like to intertwine with girls that your friends have had dealings with. So is that why you found interest in Tam?
Honestly, if I'm being real, right? No. My friends have had dealings with a lot of girls that is just chopped. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
Right.
me too. Like, I'm not even gonna sit up here and say like I ain't the because if that was the case, then I'll be getting on every girl that they dealt with. But that's not the case, because again, we're also in a situation where all of my closest homies can say, before we really settled down with an individual, we was hoes. In Atlanta, everybody's hoes. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So because my man's deal with one girl and she want to come deal with me, it's because my homie is P about it. He's gonna just be like, okay, pass it. Feel me? Now, I'm not going to disrespect Tam and say that that was a passing situation. I don't think it was. Because you know what's so crazy? That same individual that so-called everybody talking about, I took Tam, woo-woo. He's the same person that told me go upstairs, go in the room where she's at. He gave me the okay. I'm not the type of nigga that...
So he told you could talk to her and then got like, try to play that role. Like, why is he talking to her? Da, da, da.
Exactly. Okay. Well, he didn't play that role. I'm not going to say that he played that role. No, he was cool about the situation. Now, did he like her? Yes, that was the case. That was, and that's where I was lost at. Feel me? When it came to even speaking about the situation or even making it a situation where I even reach out to Jay Sean while she's here. Because immediately after I left Houston, she came to Atlanta. Feel me? So like, I just didn't want to make it a weird dynamic by asking Jay Sean, what we doing? Are we going here tonight? Because of the simple fact that she told me that they really, really was liking each other. You feel what I'm saying? So again, that's not my main goal with any of my homies. I'm not here to step on my man's toes. When my man comes to me and tell me this a girl I'm taking serious, I'm never gonna like go out there and intentionally be that type of nigga that be like, oh yeah, I'm gonna take your girl. If she find me attractive, I guarantee you his girl could flirt with me. I'm gonna come back to him and be like, bro, why is your shorty low-key flirting with me, bro? Feel me? Like, I'm gonna let him know first. I'm not the type of nigga to be on that type of timing.
Okay, so what's the relationship with you and Tam now? Like, what's the relationship status?
Me and her, we talking, like, we vibing, like, we mess with each other, you feel me? Like, I mess with her.
Do you see it getting in a serious relationship?
Okay. Honestly, if I'm being real, I'm not able to tell that right now. Like, I don't know. Because I'm telling you, things change in a flick of a 24 hours, you know what I'm saying? So I'm not even gonna say that. You know, I do like this girl though, you feel me? I feel like social media can speed up relationships for sure. And you know this.
Yeah.
I feel as though when you introduce somebody to the internet, that brings on a whole nother feeling because now they're paying attention to what people got to say about y'all. Now, like I said, you can agree with this. When people feel like there's it's not just a relationship between you. It's a relationship with you and the internet. Literally, like you get in a relationship, when you bring a person to the table, I don't want to be rushed. I don't want to feel like I have to do things because the internet feels like I have to do them. You know what I'm saying? Like real stuff. For example, like the dude Chris and Queen, right? The internet has a opinion on their relationship. And whether people believe it or not, it actually does take a toll on people's relationship. You feel what I'm saying? But I don't think that people should be pressured into having to do something because it's people that are not on the internet at all. It's men.
You know, this is actually crazy.
Bro,
That you're saying this.
It's men that have been with their woman and have been girlfriend with them for 6 years, but they don't have the internet coming to them telling them that they have to propose.
Yeah.
You feel what I'm saying? So like, again, how people normalize things on the internet is totally different how people normalize things in the real world. So again, I'm not going to come up here and say, oh yeah, that's my wife. Like, that's my girl. Like, no, that's a girl that I have a lot of interest in, and I see us going to the next level if that was to happen, if God wants it to happen.
Period. Okay, period. All right, next question. So we talked about the whole like porn star aspect. We've seen you with a couple of them. Is that like your type?
Oh no, I mean Clarence, my fault. Go ahead.
Is that like your type, or like, is it just for fun?
Like I said,
or are they just attracted to you? Like, listen,
this is one-on-one. And a lot of people, normal people, don't have access to just any old porn star. You know what I'm saying? They go and socialize with girls that's in their normal life. So again, from an entertainment perspective, I understand where people are coming from. Mel always with a porn star. But if you want me to be real, porn stars are some of the cleanest women. They take care of themselves. They get tested. They also do it as a career. So if they were to catch something, their whole career is tarnished. You know what I'm saying? So that's one when it comes to sexually. Feel me? Two, they're actually cool people. They're understanding.
right.
If I have sexual dealings with a porn star, she's not gonna be mad that I'm with another girl the next day. You wanna know why? Because they do this for a living.
Right.
So it was cool to just be chilling with a porn star and not having them have feelings the next day. Oh yeah, he did this, we did it. It ain't nothing. You feel me? But where I regret it is that people can put that underneath my name because that is something that I was doing. I didn't know that it was going to have such a, well, not that it even now has a big thing on my name, because what's so crazy is your favorite streamers did stuff with porn stars. It was a period in time where you have access and you never had access to that before and you want that experience, whether it's on camera or not. You know what I'm saying? It's women out here that do way worse shit than porn stars, but walking out here, don't record it, don't get paid for it, that's still doing it. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, they still do it. The girls that'll tell you they got one body and got 100 bodies, them the ones you gotta watch out for.
Right.
The girls that's willing to tell you they got 100 bodies, them the ones that, okay, well, you get tested every body, right?
Right.
They be like, yup. You feel what I'm saying?
Okay, period. All right. The people want to know this. Why are you beefing with Chulo?
Who?
Chulo. Chulo?
Who?
Chulo. he be with y'all, like he be with like Morrow and like Joe and them and Mari and like Mikey. And he be at like the motels and stuff.
Oh no.
You don't know?
Hey, God bless that person.
I seen a clip. Y'all were on Discord together, and you made a comment about his mom. And after that, it was just up. After that, I don't know.
Yeah.
Like, no recollection.
Nah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Period. All right. Let's get past that one. Do you feel like you're blackballed? If so, why?
Nah, I don't feel like I'm blackballed. I think a point of time, again, we have to have a lot of self-reflection, right? Who do we surround ourselves around? Are we sellable? You know what I'm saying? Because it really gets to that point where it becomes political. Because I'm at the level where now I'm considered a big streamer. So I'm saying I'm considered somebody.
Yeah, you know what's crazy? I didn't even know you had 130,000 followers on Twitch.
That's because I've been doing it for a long time.
Yeah,
I've been doing this before Twitch was even a big thing. You know what I'm saying? So like for me, you know, I gained a lot of followers during the Aiden Ross days. I gained a lot of followers just over time, just grinding. You feel me? And again, for me, it's just a long process. So I honestly, like I said, I've gotten to another level now where I have to start treating this like a business. And that, again, that's why when it goes back to the blackball comments, you have to be sellable. You can't be a type of person that is just a brand risk because that person doesn't know what you're coming with. You know, but people pick and choose. I'm worried about myself. I'm not worried about the next handout because the point in time, what if God just wants me to really lock in with myself and do it on my own? You know, I feel like everybody needs a handout. I feel like everybody now, especially, is looking for somebody to extend their hand to pull them up to the level that they're at. And I'm not gonna ask them for that. When it came to, it's a lot of opportunities that I wish I had gotten, but I know that they didn't happen because God didn't want them to happen. You know what I'm saying? Maybe I'm not ready. I tell this all the time. I love the process. And I said this before. The process, whether it takes me 6 years or 7 years, I would have learned and been able to prepare myself to be ready for that point in time where I do make it to the next level instead of me just jumping and skipping levels and skipping points and times of my life.
You're missing out on what you should have learned during that time.
To be prepared for that time. It's people that don't have to go through experience to be a mature adult. It's people that are given chores by their mom and go do them. But it's also people that defy their mom and don't go do the chores, but they have to learn. But that same other person, they didn't have to learn to just do chores. It was already programmed in their brain that they want to be a mature person and just handle business. You know what I'm saying? So everybody's different. I have to go through different lessons and it might take me a lot more time than others. You feel me? To get to that position, but I'm going to get there. Like I believe in myself.
Period.
So I don't believe in blackball. I'm not blackballed because I'm telling you right now, a person on the internet, it was people that was speaking on my accident that I didn't even know knew my name. So I'm saying? But because it's relevant, no matter if it's an un-PR thing to do, if it's that popular, people are going to speak on it. People are going to have something to say. Even people that don't even know who you are, that you assume that don't know who you are, that you assume that they're not watching. No, they're watching. They're just, you feel me? They're waiting on something that they can profit off of or they can benefit off of. Yeah.
Okay, period.
Yeah.
So, I did see an incident where while you were back in Houston, you were in a little disagreement with the girl in a black truck. You guys were like arguing. I don't know if somebody like hit somebody.
Yeah.
What's that about?
She had basically slapped me, and I felt like I was trapped. And you know, again, I had just been coming off of a few situations where I allow women to hit me. And, you know, when you allow women to hit you, they're going to continue to hit you. You get what I'm saying? Until you give them a
reason to not do it.
A reality check.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And again, they continually was smacking me before I even reached out. And what's so crazy is when I reached out to smack that girl, I'm not going to lie. My intentions was to, you know what I'm saying? I didn't even hit her. I missed.
Right.
Feel me? I missed. The girl next to her sees me swing and starts just jumping to conclusion. You know what I'm saying? But again, if a woman puts their hands on me, I'm going to be honest. If a woman thinks she can put their hands on any man, she has to be ready for what comes next. You feel what I'm saying? A woman that thinks that they can go and put their hands on a female, you got put their hands on a male, they got what's coming. Like, it is what it is.
Okay, period. All right. So, I seen an incident with one of your YouTube clippers. I don't know. I guess you your YouTube page got deleted. You owed him $400 or something.
No, I didn't owe him $400.
Well, it was rumored that he thought that you owed him $400. You kept telling him you weren't going to give it to him. I think he went to your parents' house. And then
he actually did.
And then he flew.
And then he flew to Atlanta.
And he's from England.
No, he's from the UK, yeah.
So you got somebody from the UK popping up to your OG crib.
Yes.
Sorry. Yeah. Sorry. So you had somebody from the UK pulling up to your people crib, and then back here, and they got you in a hotel room.
No.
They got you to the hotel door.
No. I was never in a hotel room.
But you pulled up to that hotel.
I pulled up to the hotel because I thought it was one of my mods. I had told my stream that I was gonna do a stream with one of my mods.
Right.
Feel me? And if I'm being real, well, actually, you know what? I'm not even gonna speak on this situation either. I'm gonna be honest. I'm not gonna speak on this situation either because again, I'm just thinking about it, and it's like I'm not gonna give attention to a person that doesn't deserve it, bro.
Right.
That person is infatuated with me. Right. You know what I'm saying? You have stalkers as well.
Right.
It is men in your comments. It is women in your comments that stalk you. Right. And again, that person' initial goal, what he came out here for, he didn't even receive.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying?
Wait, but the people are saying you came with no streaming equipment, though.
Huh?
They said you came with no streaming equipment.
No, I know. I did come with streamer equipment. I did. I pulled up in my car. Right? First of all, again, I wasn't going there to do a stream with that individual at that point in time. Right. I was going there for the exact reason as to what happened, to clarify if that person was actually here. I was on. So
you didn't think to like FaceTime her, like?
The thing is, I FaceTime called that individual. The person is speaking to me. The person that supposedly is talking to me, literally. So I'm thinking like, all right, bet, like, that person has to be here while they're answering the phone. Right. But whole time, I just got backdoored by that female. Right. Feel me? It was just a backdoor situation. So, you feel me?
Quick break, guys. Sorry. So you weren't just, okay, you know what? You clarified it.
Yeah.
Y'all, this boy is funny, gang. All right, so that kind of wraps up off the record. How do you feel about those questions?
No, I feel like it was good. They wasn't too bad.
These are questions I kind of came up myself.
Yeah.
I did like a little research and I was like, okay, these should be some good questions. So I came up with these questions by myself. For anybody in the chats wondering, I did my own research, period. Yes, myself. Now, next segment, ask the people. This is from you guys. The ones at home. The fans speak, we listen. This segment is all about your questions, your curiosity, and the answers you've been waiting for. So, for the first question that the fans wanted to know, and I wanted to know myself, why are you always in my business?
Wait, why am I always in your business?
Why are you always in my business?
I ain't gonna lie, I don't really...
Why are you always in my business?
Hold on, wait, Hottie. First of all,
why do you be in my business?
Wait, I don't even know, when it comes to being in your business, are you talking about specifically or like assuming?
Okay.
Because I can assume certain things because of what I'm seeing from your streams. But when it really comes to me knowing what's going on, one, you gotta understand, the nigga that was my best friend, bro. You know what I'm saying? He was one of my closest friends. So it's like, even him is asking me certain perspectives about you. Like, okay, she did this or Whoop did this. Because mind you, also, another one of my best friends lived with the nigga. So even if it's not coming from him, it's gonna come from him because whatever y'all got going on, we're aware of. So when my mans come back to me, and it's on some stuff where I feel like even you not treating another individual right, you would do the same with your homegirl. Feel what I'm saying? You not gonna vibe. And again, a lot of this stuff is not my business, so I try to filter myself, but I don't filter myself as much as Joe. Feel me? I'm a type of person that will speak out and even say something towards the situation if I feel like it's not right. And again, just like how you come off, it's a lot of situations that you speak on. It's a lot of people's business that you in, right? That you don't got nothing to do with. You don't know this person. You never been around this person, but you speak on them. Right. Feel what I'm saying? So that's even more reason for me to be in your business if you dealing with somebody that's my best friend.
Right. Okay. I can agree with you on that aspect of it or whatever.
Yeah.
You and Joe kind of do the same thing where y'all like react. The only difference between you and Joe is Joe knows how to keep it cute and a little bit more respectful.
Yeah.
You've called me bitches. I done been hoes. Like, I didn't...
I ain't gonna lie. I took it to that level when... Okay. I took it to that level when... And this is facts. I never called you a bitch. I never called you out your name until you called me a woman beater. That's when I started calling you out your name. Because at that point, I lost respect.
You were talking about me before that.
No.
Yes, you were. You were talking about me before that. No shade. You were talking about me before that. And then every time you get around a random ass fucking bitch, you be like, so you bringing up the black truck situation. I just be like, bro, where is this coming from? Like, why do you keep speaking on it?
Okay,
like,
so hold on.
That was what initially made me like mad at you because I'm like, gang, why do he keep bringing the situation up? Okay. And then it's just like, I'm saying like, stop bringing it up. And then it's just like, you're getting mad about it. But that's like me bringing up a situation that happened with you that you don't want people to talk about. And I just bring it up to all the random ass people that I just keep bumping into.
So look, and this goes for a lot of people, right? Mm-hmm. I say this to everybody. Do not dish if you cannot take, right? So if you're the type of person, knowing the type of person that you are, right. Now again, when it comes back to me looking in the mirror, there's a lot of things that I can do better.
Right.
But coming from a person that I know is in the wrong and is doing my homie wrong, you feel me? It's not my place. And I've even had conversations with Marl and apologized because I feel like, again, you are absolutely right. I should not even have certain perspectives, but when it comes to entertainment, I will not allow somebody to filter my entertainment, especially if it's a situation that has relevancy that I had something to do with, okay? Because you're not gonna let nobody take that away from you, and I don't think we should let that be taken away from anybody, feel me? So if I bring up a black truck situation out of the main sole purpose of entertainment, when you come to me and you tell me I don't like that, out of respect for you, now it's on me if I come out and be like, oh yeah, black truck is black after you just had a conversation with me. You know what I'm saying? So I can apologize. I don't remember that far back to know that you came to me about the black truck situation, but I can apologize and take accountability if I was speaking on you and you're not here for me, you're really just here for my mans. I can take accountability for having certain opinions when Joe didn't, or even when I shouldn't have. So I apologize for that.
Okay, and would you apologize for also speaking on like your homie's girlfriend or like? Cause no. I feel like nobody else would have done that. Like I feel like everybody is at least respectful enough to not talk about like their. Homies,
no. I won't say that. I will say again, if I was putting my input into the situation, right, of which I had going on, mind you. You have my man's Joe literally. Did I react? I never reacted to when the TJ shit, never reacted to it. Even the black truck shit, I never reacted to it. I mentioned stuff about the situation, but when it came to actually sitting down and breaking it down, I never reacted to it. Everybody was reacting to it.
Well, you did dedicate a whole stream to me though. Like you had a soundboard. Like
so look, this is when I dedicated time to you.
But mind you, I dedicated you were a woman beater because you kept coming for me. So I'm like, yo, I'm on that. Like,
I dedicated time to you when I kept seeing. Well, no. I dedicated time to you after the woman beater shit. That's why I say. Right. That's why I keep saying. Okay. After the woman beater shit, that's when I really start giving you time. When before that, I would make like certain like small little instances of where I speak on you or say something about you, but it was never me really breaking it down because I understand that it has nothing to do with me. But once you really start bringing me into it and start playing with my character, that's when I start. Okay, let's really talk about it. Okay. If we really want to talk about it, we can talk about this. We can talk about this. We can talk about that.
But you were also calling me homeless and like.
I'm gonna tell you why. Because again, when you come back out, right, and we're going back and forth, I see you with a smile on your face. You loving it. So I'm like, okay, cool. And you stooping low. You was stooping low. Was you or was you not?
You started with me.
No, I did not. You can ask them. You can ask them.
You did started with me.
Look. Let me ask them. Who started with who? He literally started it, so I started it.
And then I was just kind of hurt. Like, my feelings was also... Okay, I'm going to explain how I felt kind of in the situation. It was when I came to Atlanta, all I knew was you. All I knew was Cleo, Morrow, Melt, and Joe. Like when I first came to Atlanta, like
And
literally this summer when I came, because last year when I came here, I only was like really.
But I even told you, my relationship with you, and this is why because Joe is your real friend. Like, and I'm just being real. Hottie, I'm not as close as you and Joe are close.
But it's not.
I'm not as close.
Gang, oh my grandma, I'm not gonna lie to you, Mel. You probably don't believe me, but oh my grandma, G, like, if y'all was not cool with somebody or whatever the fuck, oh my grandma, y'all not gonna see me hanging with them, gang.
Cap.
Oh my grandma, no.
I wasn't cool with Rod.
You, first of all, you weren't cool. I had already knew Rod though. That's the thing. I had been knew him. I had met him before I met y'all.
But this the thing though. Again,
I wouldn't do that.
Hold
but
on.
Even when you fought Rod,
I'm not gonna ask.
Mel, did you see me say anything when you fought Rod, gang? And bro, like me and Rod was friends. Out of respect for you, my grandma, we was in Joe's room. We was in the room.
But this is the thing though. Look, let me even set it straight though. I don't even expect you to take a side because of what you just said. But my main thing is, right?
Right.
And this is the problem. This is the reason why I'm distancing myself in general. Mm-hmm. And I'm going to get into that onto my stream and just the new person that I've become.
Okay.
All honesty is the simple fact that I feel as though people pick and choose with who they want to. And I'm not asking you to defend me. I'm not asking you to be on my side. I'm not even asking you to be my friend. I'm saying that when it comes to respect, when it comes to even the internet, when it comes to the people that you're around, I do have respect for you, right? And again, even before the minor stuff that I was doing, you took a big leap when you said woman beater, and that's period. Because even though that TikTok didn't even really go all that viral for real, and I ain't really start getting a whole bunch of, because obviously even in that position, women were hitting me. You feel me? I felt as though that's where you draw the line. When it comes to sexual assault, you see what people going through with the SA shit. Feel me? So I know what comes with that. When I seen you take it to that level, I lost all respect for you. Feel me? It didn't have nothing to do with Morrow. It didn't have nothing to do with you being his girlfriend. It had everything to do with you taking it to that next level with the woman beater shit. So that's where I really just stopped caring. And at the time, you and Morrow were not together. You and Morrow had decided that y'all was broken up. Morrow never came to me and said, yeah, that's my little shit on the low. Cause clear, we know about that now. Shit. But anyways,
what are you talking about?
But it wasn't conveyed to me that y'all was still messing with each other or y'all even still was in communication. Feel me?
So he never told you to stop talking about me?
He did after that though. He told
no,
he would come to me, Morrow would come to me and tell me, hey bro, like, you feel me? Like, bro, like, fool, like, bro, just let her be, bro. She talk about you, just let it ride over, bro. Don't say nothing about her. Like, and really it was because he didn't want me talking about you. But I'm thinking that y'all not even in good standing. So whoever my homie's op is, become my op. You feel what I'm saying? Not on the stuff that you op, but clearly I'm thinking that he don't even fuck with you. So when I speak on you, it shouldn't matter to him because he don't even care about you or whatever. You feel me? Obviously, he got love for you. You feel what I'm saying? I know that's there. But again, if I were to stop messing with a girl that I'm really messing with and she go start talking about my homies.
You started with me!
No, I did not. How do you?
I'm gonna let you.
This is the thing.
We are here to,
look, I promise you. Look, and I'm going to tell you this right now. When it came to me even speaking on you, Hottie, there were things that you were sensitive about that you didn't want me to speak on you about that you never came to me and said to my face, stop speaking about it. It was either came through Morrow or it came from Joe. Dead ass. I never had got a phone call. I never got a text. You got my number. I never got, yo, stop speaking on this because this made me feel some type of way. It was always a response from you where? Through the internet.
Because that's where I was seeing you disrespect me. So if you're talking about me on the internet,
there we go. There we go. Who's gonna know that this is really serious? Because if we really being honest, if we really didn't really mess with each other, we probably wouldn't be able to sit down with each other today.
Right.
Feel me? So that lets you know right there that it's an internet thing. You feel what I'm saying? I never felt extremely disrespected to the point where you were never approachable. I can never talk to you, especially when we talk about real life. And see, that's the point. When you mix the two, when you mix real life and entertainment, it makes things confusing because you don't know what a person cares about and you don't know what a person doesn't care about. A lot of the time when you get on the internet, it's a lot of things that you give attention to and you show true emotion to that you really don't got emotion to when you log off the TikTok app. And I'm never going to be the one to know that unless you come to me and text me off stream or off camera, hey, I don't like when you do this. When it comes from Morrow, it could be just from Morrow saying that he don't like this because of how he feel, not because of how you feel. So there was never a point in time that you came to me and told me, I don't like this. It will literally be, you just don't speak to me when you see me and you just quiet. And I'll be like, all right, I don't care if she don't talk to me. But if she speak on me, I'm gonna speak on her. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Because it's our job. It's the internet. You feel what I'm saying? And a lot of times when I have perspectives on you being homeless or you not having money or it's not because I know these things are true. You feel what I'm saying? You got 1 million followers. And again, I don't know what's true, but I'm bringing things up out of nowhere because of the simple fact I feel like you bringing things out of nowhere. I never had allegations ever. And you want to know why? Because I ain't never treated no woman like that. I never put my hands on no woman. Feel me? So you coming out and calling me a woman beater, like, it's like, bro, what do you want me to do? All right, bet. Cool. We gonna go back and back. We gonna go back and forth. I'm gonna bring up things that I don't know about too. I'm gonna call you homeless. Bet. I'm gonna call you broke. Bet. I'm gonna talk about where you streaming at.
I'm not gonna lie. Like, I'm not going to lie. After I got into it, the last time we got into it or whatever, I was into it with you. I was into it with, apparently I was into it with No Cap. Apparently I was into it with Samaya and Aspen.
Yeah.
I was into it with every motherfucking body. So everybody was just hitting me at all angles, like boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
I'm like, okay, I don't care, whatever, da da da.
Yeah. And I like.
get to you.
Yeah.
You talking about, this bitch set up with the roaches on the floor. Da, da, da. I'm like, gang, this nigga got me fucked up. Oh my grandma, what?
Nah,
Hold on. I said the roaches by the couch on the floor. Hold on, you got me messed up. Now, mind you, it was like, okay, I'm not gonna lie. Like, I don't live in Chicago no more. I came to, like, everybody knows what's going on. My mama had some shit going on. She ended up having to leave. I was like, okay, I don't want to stay in Chicago. So I was staying with Mara or whatever, but, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then I'm like, okay, my homegirl stay out here. Yeah. Kind of on same type of time you on, except my friend, she's been letting me stay
how old are you?
Time. I'm 21.
You're 21 years old. So it's like, and again, I can... go ahead.
So it was like, you know, after all of y'all was saying all these things about me and coming for me, I was like, okay, let me put my motherfucking bully on. Because I don't feel like Chicago Hottie right now. Like right now, I feel like Layla. I feel like y'all trying to play with me right now. So I had to pop my shit. So honestly, I'm appreciative. I really am. Because if y'all would have never said half the shit that y'all said, I wouldn't be sitting here right now. Yeah. You know? And again,
I wouldn't even tell you to tell me thank you because to me, you talking about them.
No, I'm saying overall.
Oh, okay,
like overall, I'm appreciative of it.
Yeah.
It's all about the hustle in the game.
Nah,
like,
facts. And again, this is where I say, immediately after that, I'm talking about, oh, you homeless, oh, you don't got no car. What happened to me? Yeah, that's what I was. That's what shit me crazy. I lost my car. Yeah. And it's just like, you know, obviously I'm still in good standings to the point where I can support myself, or I can eventually get another car. But a lot of times you don't have to humble me. God gonna humble me. Yep. You feel what I'm saying? You feel me? God, I didn't have to humble Hate Caps. I didn't have to humble the Content Boys. God humbled them. You feel what I'm saying? And it's all a lesson for all of us, and it's all intertwined. You feel what I'm saying? Because I feel as though we should treat people how you want to be treated. Even if a person comes to you and is being extremely negative to you or showing you that they want to take your life. I have had people that take my life that I look at in their eyes, bruh. People try to box me and cook out. God is going to handle them. You feel what I'm saying? I've had people come to me and have false opinions or come up to me on negative timing, and I have had no bad intentions for them. You feel what I'm saying? And it's just like, it's certain people that you just have to distance yourself from, but that doesn't mean you have to get back at them. I don't have to do the answering. God is going to handle them. That's real. You feel what I'm saying? So that's a message right there. I think for you, and this is why I think that you should actually, you know, and I'm not saying this because I'm never going to make mistakes again. We're all going to make mistakes. We're all going to have times where we slip up because we're human. We're born sinners. Feel what I'm saying? But when you think about your profession, it is a very, if you look at the videos that you make, they come from negative situations. Mm-hmm. It comes from fighting a girl. It comes from talking about somebody and what they're doing and where they're messing up in life. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm not saying this to make you feel some type of way. I'm only saying this to help you understand what you're going to receive when you put out. Mm-hmm. So when you put out negativity, you're going to receive negativity. You're going to receive negativity. You're literally welcoming it. Mm-hmm. So when you welcome the negativity and then you question, why are you talking about me? Or where you saying this about me? Or we can't play victim now. This what you do.
I gotta stand on that shit.
You gotta stand on it.
Right.
And if that means that you end up dibbling and dabbling it with a person that really do this street life and really be on that, you gotta be ready for that too.
You trying to
I'm not saying, I'm just telling you what comes with it. When you deal with a person that is deep into content, when they are the person that can blackball you, when you dealing with artists that don't want to see you around because they feel like you're a risk, you have to be able to take that on the chin. And that's not even telling you that you can't be nothing by yourself, because you can do it all by yourself. You don't need nobody. I'm not telling you need nobody, but I'm telling you, you shouldn't question when people don't want you around.
Okay.
Feel what I'm saying? You have to be able to take that. I took that. All right, bet. I don't need nobody. Cool. You got to move like you don't need nobody. You can't start asking questions on your TikTok. Well, why this person don't want to do this with me? Or you feel me? You can't question it. You already know the answer.
Right.
Feel me? And I have to be willing to accept that. When I surround myself around energies that are looking to crash out, that want to have guns, that want to talk about, oh yeah, I'm a shoot this and I'm a shoot that. When I even allow my friends to make that okay, I have to distance myself from the entire group, because they are looking for these type of people. They are surrounding themselves around bad energy, and that will keep you where they're at. You won't be able to level up because the people you surround yourself around is pulling you down. They're not going to let you go. So again, it's a lot of thinking that I've been able to do. You feel what I'm saying? I didn't try. I didn't say, oh yeah, I'm going to give this person an opportunity. I'm going to keep allowing this person to show me who they are. But when a person shows you their hand, you don't ever forget that. You know the type of person that they've become, and they're always going to be that way because they don't even feel like they're doing something wrong. They can't see the future. A lot of times people think in the present. If you're not looking towards your future, you're looking to stay in the same situation. If you don't sit down and have a conversation about who your crowd is, and people have been saying this since I was young. People have said it to you. Your crowd is a reflection of you. So when that person that you involve in your crowd allows another person to be in your crowd that you don't want there or know is bad for the group, it's going to poison everybody.
Okay.
You feel what I'm saying? So that's why I say the things I say. Is just like, you just got to think about it from that level. Like, feel me?
That's a word. All right. So this next question, kind of, you said a comment earlier that kind of made my eyebrow raise up. So for this question, do you feel like you and Mara are as close as y'all used to be? And if
nah, I'll say this. And again, it's not to say, I just feel like some people don't even understand. They don't understand the concept of a friendship. You feel what I'm saying? They don't understand the concept of a relationship. And I feel like people will do something for others that they might not do for another. Because based off of their perspective on the relationship that the other person might not be aware of. You get what I'm saying? And again, it ain't no, like, you know, I know that they brought certain things to the internet, but what me and Marl discussed was off the internet. You feel what I'm saying? Homies get into it. Homies get into it off the internet all the time. Some of my best friends have fist fought. I have watched blood brothers fist fight. Feel what I'm saying? But it gets to a point for me, it's just like, again, your brother not gonna do certain stuff to you. He's not. You feel me? And, you know, Marl was the person that I came out here with. And I was really supposed to say this on my stream, but it's just like, you can grow away from people. You know, I had initially that they had brought to the internet basically telling Marl, like, when I see him, it's on site. You feel me? Because it was coming from an anger. It was coming from love, bro. He was the first person I came out here with. Feel what I'm saying? It wasn't Joe. It wasn't nobody else but me and him. Feel me? Me, him, and Richard. And I told him to come out here so he could better himself. He come down here, get a crib, and I'm not taking credit for this because he did it on his own. But I knew Marl had potential, and I knew Marl. I didn't know at first it didn't stem off of a relationship, and I think that's where it went wrong because off of all the situations that I've been through with him, it just tells me, and this is with no conversation needed, it tells me that people are only around you when you can do something for them. You know what I'm saying? Nobody, like people that I came down here that's supposed to be my brothers. I had my cousins from back home that I haven't even talked to reaching out, bro. I'll come to Atlanta. You want to come? I'll come to Atlanta just to get some food with me. I've been sitting in my crib having to reflect on scripture, having to talk to God, having to pray, you feel what I'm saying? And really just handle the situation on my own. And, you know, again, it's not no pity, feel me? Because I have already decided what I'm going to do. But it's just really just for me, I feel like when people, and that this not even past situations, I don't really got to go into past situations, but it's just, you know when you need to move on from somebody.
Right.
And you feel me? And again, I've tried, but a person continues to show me it's not even about other people. It's really just about you and him. How that individual talks to you, accountability is the biggest thing. You know, it for him, it takes another person to tell him that he's doing wrong for him to be accountable in a situation that has everything to do with me and him. It takes other parties to come and tell him that he's tripping. For him to be like, I'm tripping, knowing he's tripping. Feel me? And that's really my biggest issue is that like when it comes to accountability, when he called me and he told me, can you stop talking about Hottie? And I had no clue that you and him were even still messing with each other.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I don't know. The fact that you don't know what I'm talking about is insane. But you know,
I don't know.
you streamed it. You streamed the phone call.
What phone call?
Now we forget?
I don't like.
That was just like 2 days ago. Wasn't you in a red dress?
Bro,
Wasn't you in a black truck?
First of all,
Did you mute?
you're messy.
Wait, but it happened though. You
You're
see what I'm saying?
messy.
So, like, again, if somebody would have think that they could put their hands on my sister and I'm not finna do nothing,
Right.
you got me messed up.
Right.
So it goes the same for these niggas. If somebody would have put their hands on Joe, if somebody was to tell Joe that I'm finna kill him, I promise to God, you wouldn't see me with that person. Just like how we was talking. You had the same standards. So it's not something that's uncommon. You feel what I'm saying? But a lot of people try to make excuses because they're unconfrontational. But sometimes you got to go to war for the people that you love. You have to. And if I'm surrounding myself around people that cannot do that for me, then they were never my friends to begin with. Because he never had them intentions to begin with. And that's only makes me assume that what was you here for? What you telling me I'm your brother for if you don't even really feel that way? What you telling me certain things for if you don't feel that way? It's because you want to keep that person around. Whether it has something to do with financial reasons, whether it has something to do with the fact that they're connected to certain people, whatever it is, I'm not going to lie to you unless I want to keep you around. Feel me? So again, this don't got nothing to do with, I'm not really going to speak on it no more. It's just the fact that people grow apart from each other and that's okay. That's
All right,
it.
but that's a good wrap on that. We're going to just fly through these last couple of questions because we have like 10, 15 minutes left. So these next questions could just be quick little,
Okay.
some summed up. Fuck, I'm stuttering, guys. Sorry. Okay, we're gonna fly through these. How did you feel after losing a boxing match versus Jay Cinco and Rod?
I think they were both learning experiences for me. Like,
Okay.
you know, obviously, you know, like that's one of my, I feel as though it's a superpower that God has given me is to be resilient and to just be brave. Like a lot of people, as much as people want to say, oh yeah, you know, you lost, you know, I take that on the chin. You know, I have to be willing to accept the fact that I got out there when I wasn't in the most ready state I could have been to come out with the W. You know what I'm saying? And obviously, I feel as though I did do what it takes to fight Rod, and I did what it takes to win that fight. You know, but obviously, you know, for people that's in my position, you have to overly win. You know what I'm saying? It has to be a gap to where there's no question. So when you leave that question out there, if somebody won or not, it gives people the ability to have control over your future. You know what I'm saying? So again, I'm accountable for that. Also, I'm accountable for the fact that, I would just say, like, again, I'm resilient. I'll fight anybody. It doesn't matter. I don't care if you're bigger, smaller, whatever. I'm willing to fight. I never resort to, like, it just being like, to the ultimate violence, and especially from situations that I can, benefit off of. I feel like whether I lost the fight or not with Jay Cinco, it was a win-win for me. Obviously stepping into a scenario where I feel like people don't really know who I am. I just wish I could have won. Obviously I wish I could have won. I know a lot more now about boxing. So it is a teaching moment. It gave me a hobby to do something that's positive, that's outside of streaming. I enjoy boxing. I love boxing. Like, you can ask my community. I will shadow box. I'll be shadow boxing all the time. It's something fun to do. So yeah, I like boxing.
Okay,
I learned a lot.
Okay, who is Danae Davis, and did you eat her ass?
No, I did not eat Danae Davis' ass. Danae Davis is a porn star.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, period. We're gonna skip past that question. Why did Itty try to stab you?
Basically, Itty tried to stab me because she tried to stab me because of the fact that she felt like I was bothering her too much, and I had hit her with a pillow, and then from there she said she was gonna kill me.
Oh.
And she went downstairs in the basement looking for a knife. I ran upstairs because I wasn't gonna let her find a knife, and I went upstairs, and that's why she wanted to stab me, because she felt like I was messing with her too much.
Okay. All right. Were you ever in a real relationship with Brooklyn Frost? If so, why did it end?
I was never in a relationship with Brooklyn. We were talking though. You know what I'm saying? Like, it was just like a talking situation, but it just kind of ended because our timelines didn't align. And again, I feel like Brooklyn and me were in each other's life to help us progress and become better people. You know what I'm saying? That's why I say that's what I take away from Brooklyn. Brooklyn was somebody that needed to be in my life to teach me how to handle the internet. That is when the melt hate started. When I got around, like, it wasn't even a knockout, because I had got knocked out before I started talking to Brooklyn. It was really like when I really started getting negative attention on the internet it was not because of Brooklyn, but because of her fan base. You know what I'm saying? And we involved too much of. Well, she tried to limit what was the situation with her, is that she tried to limit what was going on behind the scenes because she was moving into a position of her life where she wanted to actually have something real. You know what I'm saying? A person that involves their life with content so much, they go through certain things over the internet and they try to stay away from that. And my biggest thing was she ended up trying that with me, and I'm on the internet all the time. I'm streaming. They didn't know what streaming was. You know what I'm saying? So I feel like that's the lesson she learned from me. And with me, what I learned is stop bringing certain stuff that has something to do. I have to be more mentally tough and stop bringing stuff that has something to do on the internet to, has something to do in real life to the internet. You know what I'm saying? So yeah.
All right, bet. Name a person you want to rekindle a relationship with and why. If there's anybody you would want to rekindle a relationship with.
Nah, I really kind of like all the people that I feel like it kind of went wrong. I feel like all this is rekindled already.
Okay. And do you think we could ever end or squash our beef?
Oh yeah, of course. First of all, one thing I would say is that I don't beef with no female. I don't think it's beef. I think, again, we just used each other's platform to benefit each other, And
yeah, because after I did my beef with you on Kick, I got like so many followers.
Yeah. So it's like, you think about it, like, we both benefit from the situation. And again, obviously, again, I really feel as though you are a good person. I think you're a great person. I think you have a great, perspective on certain opinions. You're very smart. you know, you wouldn't be here if you didn't have those qualities. So I don't want to take nothing away from you. I think you're very intelligent. And I think what you're doing right now is good steps to becoming a successful businesswoman. But one thing I will say is, like, in terms of advice for you, is that, again, you have to always be in defense mode. There can never be a time where you play victim, because you create a scenario, you create an environment where you're big dog and nobody can't tell me shit. And so when you have that type of perspective on your community, when you are portraying that on the people that follow you, you have a lot to stand up for. You're not just standing up for yourself, you're standing up for the people. And again, when I'm losing these boxing matches, I'm disappointed in my community. You know what I'm saying? So for you don't want to lose an argument. You know what I'm saying? That's you. When you get into these little battles, Chicago Hottie got to come on top. And your community is disappointed when they see somebody got the one up on you. You know what I'm saying? And that's when you come back in, oh, I got to get my ones back. I got to know verbally. But again, a lot that I've learned is, even when it comes to women, and I know that's in your nature, you feel what I'm saying? You gossip, y'all gossip. That's a feminine thing to do. But
you don't think men gossip? I think
men gossip, but that's not something that men are proud about.
Right. Okay.
So I'm saying men gossip and will say, well, I wasn't talking about you. Well, I ain't say all that. Knowing damn well, feel me, that they gossip. You know what I'm saying? Niggas talk behind other niggas' backs. Feel me? That's what niggas do. Feel what I'm saying? So it's like, when we have these type of scenarios, you gotta like just be willing to know what comes with that. You know what I'm saying? That's one thing I would say for you. But you're a very good businessman. Businesswoman.
Thank you.
Businesswoman. And you're gonna get somewhere if you just take the right routes. And I just don't want you to get in a situation where your potential is wasted because you get into it with the wrong person. And that doesn't mean.
Yeah, that's kind of why I started doing what I'm doing now. I kind of want to stray away from beefing with people necessarily and just keep it more about the media and like what's going on, and me just shedding light on certain situations or just talking about the trending topics. Cause I've been nosy since I was like in 3rd grade. Like I've always been like this. It's always been my personality. Yeah. And I'm in school for journalism. Well, not in school right now, but I was in school for journalism. This is really just what I want to do. I want to take this to the next level. Yeah. So I'm excited for it. I'm definitely going to have to be on a defense mode because from what I'm hearing from the chats, they're coming for me on Instagram right now, but it's okay.
But I'm saying though,
I'm not going to respond back in a negative way, guys, because I was not trying to comfort her. I was just covering what was said and what was shown to me. But yes.
And a lot of times, bro, people come at you just for having an opinion. You know what comes out of people's mouths next is, she don't even got nothing to do with this. Why is she even talking to her? Because you have so much of an image that when you speak about things, it's not about what you say. It's about who's watching that they care about. Right. They don't ever want it to get off track with who they are. It's rappers that have to live up to a certain image. It's rappers out here that they gotta be on that as soon as anytime a person get into it and they get jumped. Well, why he ain't have his gun on? Wasn't he just talking about a switch in his music video? Why he just talking about how he killed niggas in his music video? So why he fighting this person? You feel me? Like when you create an environment where you just have to live up to what you created for yourself, you have to be able to back that up. And it just can put you in a position where unless you come to a humbling moment and just be like, I don't gotta live up to nobody's expectations but the Lord. And again, that's where I'm coming from.
Wow.
I'm dead serious. Like, you don't have to live up to nobody's other expectations. Literally, the Lord sets expectations for you in the Bible.
Period. Amen.
So it's like, when you just sit up here and try to live up to a person's expectations, they worshiping you. And just because they in the comments talking about Chicago Hottie, she this, she a hoe, she just cheat. Reflect and answer to God. Like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, you feel what I'm saying? Right. I'm just giving some examples of what your supporters are saying. Right. Sometimes your biggest supporters are your biggest haters. Right. And whether that be over the internet in real life, because I have encountered both. There have been people that have literally but there have been people that have literally rolled my waves to the point where I would think they my biggest supporter and literally flip the script when they don't get what they want. Oh, well, he didn't this, he didn't that.
You want to know something, though? You had did a stream about me. You were like, oh, she's a drunk. She know how to act when she get drunk. Blah, blah, blah. She do this and that when she get drunk. And I had to sit down and really think and reflect on my choices in life and everything that I have done. in
Yeah.
this time and time before off of the liquor. And I had to sit and tell myself, I really do think that I'm an alcoholic. And I've been drinking since I was like 15. I didn't really realize that I was drinking because I was trying to cut like, you know, but I kind of came to that realization. I didn't drink for a month. Like when you had that car accident and stuff, I was still sober. I didn't drink for a whole month and like 4 days.
Yeah. So that's good. Like I would say that I wouldn't say that I have an alcohol problem. I would just simply say that I have a problem with drinking alcohol. I have a problem with alcohol abuse. Alcohol abuse is anytime you get drunk. You abused alcohol.
Yes.
You can, as an adult, drink alcohol as an adult. That's why it's available to you. It's not medication. It's not, if you want to drink, you can drink wine. But the problem I have is alcohol abuse. I abuse it. Anytime I get
know how to stop.
No, not that I don't know how to stop. I do know how to stop. It's the fact that when I drink, I'm drinking to get drunk. That's the problem. And I think that is a lot of problems for a lot of us is that when we drink, we abuse it. We don't, just like with anything, God puts certain things here for us so that we can use it to our advantage. But the devil has access to it, so it makes us want to abuse it. Anything that's abused is bad for us. So when you are smoking a lot, you're abusing weed, like, you feel what I'm saying? Like, it's reasons for all of this, bro.
Okay. Last 2 questions, quick and easy. Who leaked you on Twitter?
I have not been leaked on Twitter.
Oh.
No.
Because they were in my comments saying you got leaked on Twitter.
No.
Oh, okay. Last question. What's the next car? What you popping out in next?
Honestly, I really don't know. You know, it's fresh. I do want to get a nice car again. Like, I love cars. Once you're in it, you know, you're in it. But my biggest problem was I was idolizing my car. And I feel like that's another reason why God took the car from me. You know, I was idolizing it instead of using it as a tool. You know what I'm saying? God doesn't want you to idolize things. He wants you to use the things he gives you access to as tools. But once you start idolizing that object, he starts to see that you stray away from him and start going towards that. You could idolize anything. It was people that was idolizing stone statues. You know what I'm saying? And it's like thinking that these are gods. You know what I'm saying? So it's definitely possible. And when you really read, you start to understand, like, bro, a lot of these things people idolize. People, I dealt with idolatry, like just idolizing items. Worried about me having stars in my ceiling. Worried about, oh yeah, look, I got an M3, G80 melt, G80 this. Didn't even use my car as a tool. Just, I'm paying my car note, but I got a G80 in my garage. You know what I'm saying? That's idolizing it.
Okay, so you don't plan on doing that again?
No.
All right, that kind of wraps up all of the questions for that. We're gonna end it off with I See You are gonna be starring in a new show called Christmas Showdown. Are you excited for any of those collabs on there?
You know, I'm going into it with an open mindset. You know, again, you know, I talked to you about energies. You know, I even say, like, as soon as I start to sense that an energy is somewhat negative or, you feel me, just not of, you know, and like I said, I'm not going to be perfect. You know, it's going to take a while. I know I'm speaking a lot of things about just changing my lifestyle, but it's really just making efforts. Like, you know, just making an effort.
I'm in the same.
You know what I'm saying? Like, you're not going to be perfect. You're going to go on stream. You're going to get back into your character. You're going to say certain things. But as long as you reflect back on those streams and realize what you can do better, I think that will ultimately get you to a point where you reflect on yourself a year from now. You'd be like, damn, I'm a totally different person. And people, a lot of times people get so comfortable in what's making them money that you don't even realize. I even told Maro this, and I'm going to tell you right now. Yo, and this is for the stream. Chicago, you can make millions without even using your voice. You've gotten to the point now, Chicago, that you have people that just support you by you making a movement. You going somewhere.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? You can be a multi-millionaire off a clothing brand. That don't take words. You don't gotta.
I like to talk.
I know you like to talk, but what I'm saying is a lot of people pay attention to you when it is a negative topic. You get what I'm saying? So
well, honestly, okay. I feel like in the middle about it because it's like, I think that's what people kind of like See, but it's like the way I blew up, I didn't blow up off anything negative. For like the first couple of like the first 2 years of my like career, it was all like
Yeah.
I didn't really start going like for like negative shits until like last year.
Yeah. Yeah. And again,
I get where you coming from.
yeah, like I'm just simply saying like it's a compliment. It's really just saying like, again, because I'm telling you, I deal with this. I feel like I gotta go to the club or I gotta do this or I gotta do this on stream to, you feel me? You gotta give it to God and you just gotta let him do it because, again, when you try to answer to yourself, it could put you in bad positions, you know? So that's all I'm saying. I just feel like you can do so much more.
Yeah, for sure. It's a lot more in store for 2026. Stay tuned for the girl, for the kid. Y'all stay tuned for Melt. He is going to be back live tomorrow or when you get unbanned.
No, tomorrow.
Tomorrow, y'all. Stay tuned. Tell them where they could find you.
Twitch, MeltIsLIVE. You know what I'm saying?
And guys, I just want to say thank you so much for coming, Mel. It was so fun. We learned so much about you. This kind of opened my eyes to see you in a different light.
Yeah.
I was honestly expecting you to come here and pop it like the Mel I know, but I feel like you have matured and you have low-key grown from the car incident.
It's not just that though. Like I said, because I know you're trying to wrap it up, but I'm just saying like I feel as though like honestly I have matured, but like I don't think it's because of the car. I think it's because of like me just going back and praying to God and just allowing him to give me the answers about who I should be, you know. So I apologize like again for just what I've been saying, and I do this with everybody, you know. It might be different for me in a male because it's coming from a different place, but like I feel like with females, it's never coming from a place where I want to hurt you. Like, you know what I'm saying? I just get the same energy back. I never do that with a female though.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, last thing I'm going to say before we get off, I really do hope that you and Mario could fix your relationship or whatever y'all got going on. Do you think that's something that can happen?
No, that's why I said, like, again, I just told you, like, when it comes to me and my relationship with Mario, or just, it's not just him.
Right.
Like I said, it has been people that I have talked to that I literally just have to distance myself from. Does that mean that when I see them, I'm going to want to hurt them? No. It just means that I have to distance myself. A person that continually shows you their hand or shows you that they are here for another reason or that you just feel like, huh? Okay. That feel like, you know, I mean, honestly, just like I said, it's just time to distance yourself. Because I feel like I'm not going to force somebody to change. It's not my right. You're a grown-ass man just like I'm a grown man, bro. And what you do is what you do. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
Yeah.
Period. Well, guys, thank you so much for tuning in today's live. I will be back live tomorrow. We're going to go over all of the clips that we're going to get from tonight's interview. Thank you so much for being my first interview. This was actually...
And it feels good to be your first because, like, I really see you, like, you know, obviously being able to turn this to something that is much bigger than this, you know.
Thank you.
And I get to say I was the first, you know what I'm saying?
Period.
You know what I'm saying?
Now.
That's good.
And yeah, I think that pretty much wraps up everything. Production, we can end it all off. I love y'all so much. Thank y'all. See y'all tomorrow. And I will talk to y'all on another day.